more home runs, and Shohei puts on a show for 5 innings on the mound. And then just for the heck of it, he hits a home run in the Dodgers game. The Cardinals beginning to gear up for the 49ers. All 3 state college football teams are winners. Today at 2:30, we have our campus Quickies. Welcome in, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Matt is here along with Connor, and we roll until 4 o'clock today. ESPN 620, 98.7 FM, HD-2.
So you're saying we got a chance, Jimmy B.
I knew you were going to do that, pal. I knew.
You know, it's just, this is amazing. I mean, these guys, what they're doing right now, you just kind of go, wait a second. We saw this in 1969 when you had the Cubs had a 10-game lead on the Mets, came back and win it on the very last day. Of course, in those days, they didn't have any kind of wild card games. It was just whoever won that division, won that division. So now here's the Diamondbacks. You're on a roll. You're averaging close to 5 runs per game. And as of this morning or late last night, I'm looking, I'm going, well, wow, isn't that amazing? You got this Diamondback team, and you're looking, pretty much a game and a half back. How about that? I mean, stop and think about that, Jimmy, where we were just a few short weeks ago. Was it 7.5 back? And I literally said, that's a train coming down that track versus light at the end of the tunnel. Did I not?
No, you had jumped off the train.
Yes,
you had. You had.
But you know what's interesting? You think about that Lawler dribbler and fate. Is fate on the side of the Diamondbacks? Are the baseball gods saying, you know what, guys, we have beat you up. We've got about 95 guys on injury reserve, give or take. Mm-hmm. You got 6 guys on injury reserve as far as pitchers. You have this guy hurt, that guy hurt. We're going to show you a little bit of love. And did they ever? Look at the way they've won the last 4 games in a row, 5 out of the last 6. And let me kind of set the stage for that last inning, that infield single dribbler, which they gave him a base hit, not a fielder's choice.
Right.
So Corbin Carroll, bottom of the 9th, he singles to open the 9th, right? Mm-hmm. And Ryan Walker is in. Gabriel Moreno walks in 4 pitches. He walks 4, right?
Yep.
So now, by the way, did I not mention the Diamondbacks need to start playing more small ball? How about that? Blaze Alexander bunts and reach safety when Casey Schmidt doesn't get over from the throw from Walker to tag the bag. Okay, so last night, 4 sacrifice bunts or sacrifice situations that the Diamondbacks had. Did I not mention that about a week ago? That they're
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, right there from that standpoint. So now you got the bases loaded. Doesn't get the foot on the bag. Cardinal sin as a second baseman. When you get over to cover, find the bag. Yes. Make sure, if anything, your eyes and feet touch the bag. Why do I know that? I played second base for many years and shortstop. Got to get over there. Bases loaded, no outs, and you got Jordan Lawler going, oh, this kid, sacrifice fly, just make contact.
Get it into the outfield.
Just get in the outfield, wherever you have. He does a check swing past Walker, the pitcher, and you have first baseman comes in, tries to make the throw at home, safe by a mile. Mm-hmm. There you go, Jimmy. There's your walk-off after being down in last night's game, which was just maybe the fate is on the side of this Diamondback team.
Okay, so I have a question for you because you're dialed in here now, and you believe that it is fate for the Diamondbacks. So I'll be the deliverer then of, I'm not going to say bad news, but on the other side of the coast. They are chasing the New York Mets. Has fate also delivered for the New York Mets, who had stunk up the joint for 3 weeks, and now Manuch have won 2 in a row, and the D-backs are still a game and a half out.
But Jimmy,
I'm just asking, is it fate for them as well?
No, they've got the $2 billion.
What's that got to do with fate?
Because all their guys, none of their guys, I think maybe one is hurt. They've got all the players. They bought their fate, is what I'm trying to tell you right now.
The Diamondbacks had bought as well, and then they traded them.
Okay, they traded them. They're hurt. They're injured.
Yeah.
They're limping to the finish line, right? There they are limping to the finish line. But it's like that marathon. When you start to wobble the last half mile and you're coming in.
Yep.
But the Mets, we expected the Mets to be clearly not trying to hang on for their dear life.
I agree with that statement.
Wild card with the payroll they have, the players they have, and the funk that they've been in twice, not only once, but twice this year, you expected the Mets to be there. Now, after the Cardinals, to your point, traded away 4-5 of their guys that they really were prominent initially, and then all the injuries, and then guys are hurt. Nobody expected the Diamondbacks to make a run. I'm just saying to make a run at the third wild card spot. Yes, they did after the All-Star break before the trades happened. And at that point, it was like, all right, even the Diamondbacks felt that this dog wasn't going to hunt into the third wild card spot. Otherwise, Mike Hazen wouldn't have made the trades, would not have said, you know what? We could do this. You know, Manuch is right. He
was listening to you.
He was listening. We're going to hang in there because you never know what can happen. And I think what we're seeing right now is one of those things. Now, as I mentioned, you know, the one thing the Diamondbacks are doing is small ball, sacrifice, 4 sacrifices last night, right?
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is they're averaging, close to 5 runs per game.
They are.
That's been huge. Bats are getting hot at the right time. With I think they left 12 runners on base, but here's the key. You and Roc always hear me say runners in scoring position. You got to get the runners in scoring position. You got to have those clutch hits. By the way, 5 for 17 runners in scoring position is pretty good. So they're getting the base hits when they have to. And did I not mention to you and Roc about a week and a half ago, or maybe a week ago, with some of the days off, and you got 2 weeks to go, that they need to go to a 4-man rotation.
You did say that.
And Chris Matt would be like their emergency starter, or maybe send him to the bullpen. Because at the time I said, well, they're going to have Monday off. They had Monday off. They're going to have tomorrow off, Thursday off. They said they need to go to the 4-man rotation to have the best of the best for their last 2 weeks, going against the Giants, going against the Phillies, going against the Dodgers, and the Padres. Did I not say that, Jimmy?
You did say that.
Okay, you can apologize any particular
I'm
time.
not apologizing. I didn't disagree when you said it. I'm not apologizing for anything.
You and Roc were, why mess with it? Ain't broke, don't fix it. You were over there agreeing with Roc once again. And then, but you, Jimmy, we can roll the tape back if you want to.
Hey, I know who pays the bills.
Yeah.
I suck up to him.
Yeah, you do.
It's a man crush.
It's very noticeable. We know that.
Okay, fair enough. Bottom of the second inning right now. No score getaway day with a runner at first base and 1 out for the Cardinals.
And let me also say, we could talk about fate, but I think what the Diamondbacks are doing is they're being persistent. They're resilient in all that and they're just playing their baseball. They're being very poised. I mean, you look at that game last night, and you're like, Eduardo, I mean, any time now, could you just please mix in and out?
They jumped on him early.
We're not asking for much, right? You look at this game, next thing you look up, the Giants are up 4-0.
Yeah.
But I will say this, he settled down. Pitched a very good game. And then Jimmy
Wait. He didn't pitch a very good game. He gave up 4 early. He settled down, yes, but he didn't pitch a very good game.
Jimmy B, let me rephrase that. I'm going to say it. I said he gave up 4.
Yes.
And then he settled down, Jimmy B.
But he didn't pitch a very good game.
Well, he
gave up 4
in the beginning. Okay,
yes.
You're not getting my point here.
No, I get your point. The point is he gave up 4 in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, better than the end of the game, right? So he gives up 4, settles down, and the bullpen comes in and pretty much shuts this Giants team out the last, 6 innings of the game. So he kind of got his land legs or sea legs or whatever. But, I mean, all things considered, I thought this was going to be a 10-0. They're going to score 10 runs.
It looked like it.
But, yeah, to his point, he settled down, started to get the curveball over, rough outing. But the D-backs come back, and you stop and think about it. They get the 3 in the bottom of the second. And then they get the 2, Del Castillo with the bomb in that 5th inning and tie this bad boy up. And then fate reared its ugly head
here we go.
For the D-backs to win that walk-off, check swing, infield single, bases loaded. Second baseman doesn't get over there to cover the bag, misses the bag, and there's a win. 6-5 D-backs.
There you go. Hey, our State 48 roofing ties right in with what my esteemed colleague is discussing here. It is all about the Diamondbacks. It is our It's Your Call question of the day. State 48 Roofing, #1 referred roofer, serving Valley homes and businesses for over a decade. You get a free quote today. Just go to state48roofing.com, and you can follow them on media, on what do you call that? Online media, Manuch?
Yes, online media.
That'll work. Just go #sexy roof status. Here's the question. As the Diamondback season winds down, who is your MVP for this team? The MVP for this team. You have 4 options. 1, Perdomo. 2, Carroll. 3, Marte. 4, Gurriel. Those are your options. Just go to Roc and Manuch on X, cast your vote. We'll continue to update it throughout the course of today's program. Okay, so coming up next, it is our Replay Rewind. You're going to hear a lot of what took place last night in the D-backs game, and we have some other football issues to dive into as well. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B right here on ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD2, streaming live on the Arizona Sports app.
Craving sushi with a twist? Welcome to Rock Lobster, Chandler's vibrant and trendy sushi destination, where energy meets elegance. From bold wok-fired dishes to creative handcrafted rolls and cocktails, every bite brings the flavor. Every visit brings the vibe. Join us for lunch, dinner, or happy hour Monday through Friday, or even a date night. Find us at Price in Queen Creek and Ocotillo. That's Rock Lobster, where sushi gets social.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
It's back. Sign up now for the Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B annual Pro Football Pick'em contest, powered by all 5 Twin Peaks locations. Pick the winners each week, score great prizes all season long, and earn bragging rights until next year. And don't forget, the guys are live every Thursday from 1 to 4 to kick off your football weekend at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks lodges. It's free to play and easy to join. Just head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com, powered by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views, and your home for pro football.
Join the team at the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k employer match, health benefits, employer paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
Summer is just around the corner. Is your roof ready for the monsoon season? Well, now's the perfect time to call State 48 Roofing for a free roof inspection. Don't wait until you're dealing with a leaky roof in the scorching heat. Protect your home today. Visit state48roofing.com or call 480-268-4509. Keep your roof sexy with State 48 Roofing, the #1 referred roofer in Arizona. Proudly serving the Arizona residential and commercial markets for over a decade.
It's time to make plans to join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B for another Dos Equis Sun Devils watch party. ASU on the road at Baylor, Saturday, September 20th at Backyard Desert Ridge. This is your ultimate tailgate, elevated bar favorites, and the game on massive LED walls. At halftime, 25 fans get a shot to roll for dough for $10,000. See you there, Sun Devil fans, all season long at Backyard Desert Ridge and Backyard Gilbert.
Now it's time for our Replay Rewind. The top sounds of the night and whatever Roc decides to add. Let's get to it in Replay Rewind with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620 and on FM at 98.7 HD2.
Hey, everybody, we are back. We go until 4 o'clock this afternoon. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, hanging out today in the ESPN studios. Let's get to our Replay Rewind right now. And the first couple highlights, we're going to revert back to last night's game. I know the game is in progress right now on Getaway Day. There is no score. They're playing in the top of the 3rd inning, and we will keep you updated on that game as well. But last night, this is what got the D-backs back into the game. It came in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
From the stretch, the 3-1. Another breaking ball. Hammered to right. On its way. It's a 1-run ball game. It's the 3rd of the year for Del Castillo, a 2-run shot. And it's now 4-3 Giants with nobody out the bottom of the 2nd.
So, Manuch, we all know then what happens, and they end up tying the game. Do you want to use your fate card before I play this highlight?
You know what? Bases loaded. Second baseman, you sacrifice both runners over to second and third, giving yourself up with no outs. Second baseman doesn't get over to cover. He got over to cover. He forgot to put his foot on the bag for the out. And then here comes Lawler. And this is what happened in that game.
2 from Walker is cued. Back to the mound. It's under Walker's glove. Carroll scores! And the Diamondbacks win. 6-5 is your final.
Thank you to Arizona Sports for the highlight. Another walk-off. Manuch has already talked about how they had 4 sacrifices in that game.
And I think big for Lawler there was just to get the ball up, just get the ball out of the infield.
Well, he didn't.
Get a sacrifice fly. But I mean, when I was talking about fate earlier, it's just like, check swing, infield single walk-off. Who would have thought that, hey, my first walk-off was a check swing, infield single, and we beat the Giants 6-5. Oh, by the way, the bases loaded. So I'm sure he's thinking visions of grandeur, right? Grand slam. I'm gonna hit a sacrifice fly and win it that way. And when that happened, I just laughed. I said, there you go. That's the Diamondbacks. If that's what you need to win, then so be it.
Okay. Once again, thank you to Arizona Sports for the highlights. Here's the skipper after the game.
It was a massive win, Our margins for error are tiny. We've got to go out there and play good baseball games and continue to fight for everything that we can on the baseball field. Between the wide lines, we got to prep. And when I watch us come back from a 4-0 deficit and continue to grind and have gritty at-bats and gritty moments after making some early mistakes. Look, we missed the cutoff man. We're not going to miss those things. We're going to tighten that down. Missed the cutoff man, led us some runs. Pitch sequencing early in the game. Our situational hitting, I felt like could have been better. But despite all those things, these guys just continue to grind and continue to go out there and believe that they're going to win a baseball game. Their 2 best pitchers came in late in the game. We built some innings, and we finally broke through there in the bottom of the 9th inning. So a lot of good things happened here today. But the bottom line is we won a game. And we could play better, and we will. But we're going to enjoy it. Like I said last night, there's a really nice celebration in there. And I really enjoy watching them have that moment.
Hey, look, it was a lot of fun, and the way that it ended with the check swing infield hit was fate. Now you got me doing it, partner. By the way, if you didn't notice on the broadcast, you should have. They had a big crowd, and a lot of that was in the outfield areas where it's $15 tickets to get in now for bleachers, and they're doing that again today as well. And there are lots of fans in the bleachers. Here's what Torrey had to say about that.
Great fan support today, continues to grow and build and get better. We can feel their vibe, feel their energy, and, it's getting real. That's what I can say. It's getting real. But we got to keep grinding. We got to keep doing the things that we do. It's getting real. Like we can't deny that we're in this race. And I want us to continue to be present. I think there's a great energy, and our guys are really engaged. They love where this thing is going.
You good with that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I think that when you're in this kind of a situation, it literally is not only just one game at a time, it's like one inning at a time.
Pretty much.
And to come back and tie that game up, as you mentioned, Jimmy, and then to win it the way that they won it, and to have the guys like Corbin Carroll and Perdomo and Ketel Marte continue to get on base and get key hits. As I mentioned, they were 5 for 17 with runners in scoring position to go ahead and get those clutch hits when you need them. And when the guys that you need them from is vitally key, and I think that's what Torrey Lavelle's hinting at. All
right, so one of the issues all season long has been the bullpen, and rightfully so. But here's Torrey one more time after last night's victory, how he believes things are getting much better in the bullpen.
Things are starting to happen, right? The decisions that are made, the way the kids are playing, it's been very successful. And I think when you start to see the hard work pay off and get those good moments to come out the other end, and you win a baseball game or win a moment, it's not necessarily a baseball game. It does breed confidence. So the success of a team always breeds confidence. Winning makes all the bad go away. Makes all the bad go away for you guys. It makes all the bad go away for me. But we're doing a lot right. And when you do it right and you're not getting lucky, you start to feel good about it. I think the confidence level is very high.
the thing that stuck out for me there, Jim, was win the moment. Win that. If you only come in for one batter, win the moment. If you're in for an inning, win the moment. If I need you for long reliever, win the moment. The other thing, too, that he had mentioned was he wants everybody ready to go. They're not going to set up any kind of roles unless it's a closing role or a save or whatever. But he wants them all ready to go. He wants them all anticipating. I thought this was interesting, for the phone to ring.
Yeah.
So get yourself ready, stay in the game, do whatever you have to do, because here you are with 10 games to go. We may call your number, and you need to win the moment.
Okay, so there was other things that took place in baseball last night, and history was made with the Seattle Mariners. Cal Raleigh, the big dumper, doing what he does. Not only did he pass Mickey Mantle or tie Mickey Mantle last night for the most home runs as a switch hitter, then he passed him as well. Here's the first one.
Fly ball, right field, foul pole. It is fair and gone. Number 55, Cal Raleigh. Move over, Mick. Cal Raleigh is the new switch-hitting home run king.
So he hit that one left-handed. Okay, couple innings later, he does this right-handed.
Blasted, center field, and it disappears! He has homered on back-to-back pitches seen tonight! It may never stop the year of Cal Raleigh! He has now tied Ken Griffey Jr. for the most home runs by a Mariner in a season!
Yeah, Jim, he tied the record on Monday, broke the record last night, and then added to that. And to see what he's doing there in Seattle to tie Ken Griffey Jr. and as a catcher, switch hitter, and the power he does it for, this is an anomaly. We hardly ever see this, let alone a switch hitter
and a catcher
on top of it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that 100%. Okay, so the Dodgers last night playing the Phillies. Shohei Ohtani is on the mound. Manuch, he pitches for 5 innings. He pitches a no-hitter. A no-hitter for 5. They take him out. Then the bullpen of the Dodgers comes in, and it was just a dumpster fire. Philly jumps on him, ends up winning the game. But later in the game, remember, Shohei Ohtani also bats. He did this.
High fly ball to deep right field. 5 no-hit innings on the mound and a skyscraping home run. There's nobody like him. Never has been. Doubtful there ever will be.
Thank you for Sportsnet LA for that highlight. Manuch, he is incredible.
It's amazing. And that was an absolute bomb.
Oh, yeah.
He hit that to the upper rafters there at Chavez Ravine. And to have the no-hit innings, the no-hitter going for 5 innings, and then to hit that bomb. And at that point, they took him out. They said, look, he's throwing, 68, 70 pitches at that time. We'll bring him out. I believe they put him at DH. I'm not quite sure.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, DH.
Yep.
And then the bullpen, to your point, they fell apart. You talk about basically fading like tissue paper in a rainstorm. I mean, you look at Warblinski comes in, gives up 5 hits, 5 runs. Next thing you know, that no-hitter was tainted in a heartbeat.
Unbelievable. Okay, let's do a little football because we Cardinals are preparing now for the San Francisco 49ers. Here's the head coach, Jonathan Gannon, speaking earlier today about getting ready for San Francisco.
San Francisco, really good football team. They're 2-0. Obviously, a divisional game. It's their home opener. It'll be a really cool environment for our guys. Good football team. So we got to have our best stuff ready to go on Sunday. That's what we're working on today.
I always get that. Good football team. The environment's going to be great. It's going to be fun. Good football team.
And there you go for today. Can I leave now? Okay, guys, I've given it to you. I'm out of here. Okay, I got this San Francisco 49ers team to prepare for. and they're a tough out.
Coach speak sometimes is just unbelievable. Today's replay rewind presented by Lerner and Rowe. Interact, need a check, just make one call. 602-977-1900. Always at lernerandrowe.com. Again, Lerner and Rowe, one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. So the NFC West is maybe the most competitive division right now in the National Football League. So Guess who we're going to talk to coming up next? NFC West beat writer Eric Williams. Always fun when he comes on the show, and a lot of great information. But first, here's Connor with an ESPN 620 Sports Update.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 update. I'm Connor Collins. The Diamondbacks are currently taking on the San Francisco Giants at Chase Field in a getaway game, with Brandon Pfaadt on the mound for Arizona against Justin Verlander for San Francisco. The D-backs entered today at 77 and 75, while the Giants came in at 75 and 76. And Arizona's lineup will feature Perdomo, Marte, Carroll, and Moreno at the top, while the Giants counter with Ramos, Devers, and Adames. Right now, it's 0-0 with Brandon Pfaadt on the mound. He's pitched 3 innings, 4 strikeouts, with only 1 batter walked. Join us for our second watch party this Saturday at Backyard Desert Ridge as the Sun Devils head to Baylor. 4:30 game time on Fox. Incredible Dos Equis drink specials, plus at halftime, 25 people will roll the Jumbo Dice for their chance to win $10,000. Dos Equis Backyards, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's official home for all Sun Devil road games.
Attention golf lovers and putting enthusiasts. Are you ready to elevate your game? At Putting World, we've got cutting-edge technology that'll have you sinking putts like a pro. With high-tech simulators and expert coaches, you'll be on your way to mastering that tricky 6-footer in no time. Check us out at puttingworld.com. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a newbie who thinks a hole-in-one is just a fancy donut, there's a place for you at Putting World. Eat it, drink it, sink it. Putting World.
When hot is not an option, Stay Cool delivers. From patios to warehouses, shops to summer events, Stay Cool's Slim Cool Elite and Cool Cube mobile air coolers bring more air for less money. Rust-free, USA built, backed by over 40 years of cooling expertise. Available now at Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, Tractor Supply, and Northern Tool. For more information, go to staycool-products.com. Stay Cool Products. Form, function, value. Get yours today and beat the heat.
Hey, it's Kevin Rowe from Lerner & Rowe, trusted across Arizona for helping injured people after serious car wrecks. And I'm Sean Forrester, managing attorney at Lerner & Rowe Law Group. We may sound alike, but Lerner & Rowe Law Group is a completely separate firm focused solely on criminal defense. We handle serious felonies, DUIs, and misdemeanors with decades of courtroom experience. If you're facing criminal charges, don't wait. Call Lerner & Rowe Law Group now at 602-977-1900.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
At Crest Insurance, we believe great insurance starts with great relationships. For years, we've been protecting businesses, families, and futures with the care and expertise you deserve. Our team knows what it takes to provide personalized solutions for your needs. We're here to make insurance simple, reliable, and stress-free. Visit crestins.com to see how we can protect what matters most to you.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G protein bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section, or explore amazing flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G protein bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on their new home, ESPN 620.
In an empty backfield, Panthers showing blitz. They rush 4, back to pass. Murray fires end zone, middle of the field, and Michael Wilson goes up high to make the catch, and it's a touchdown with 4 seconds left in the half. What a dart on target, Murray to Wilson.
Thank you to Arizona Sports for the highlight. Yeah, everybody thought, whoa, they're just going to cruise over the Carolina Panthers on Sunday's game. We all know what happened in the second half. Welcome back, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. We are hanging out today, ESPN 620, also 98.7 FM HD-2. Our guest, and it's always great when he takes time to come on the show, Eric Williams, NFC West beat writer on Fox, and you can find him on X, Eric_D_Williams. That's a lot of stuff for me to do.
You underscored that
I did.
X right there.
Yeah. What the hell? Couldn't you just do a regular
What's
one?
up with- how many
underscores?
No, how many Eric Williams are out there? You have to designate yourself.
There's a lot of Eric Williams out there. I'll work on the name change on X to make it easier for you guys.
I appreciate it, pal. Easy is better for me.
You stay who you are, man. You're the only one out there like that.
All right, here's my first question. I know that you probably, if you didn't watch the Cardinal game, you at least have seen a lot of the highlights. So once again, quarterback Kyler Murray gives us a video game run. So tell me if I'm all wrong here, and I respect your opinion greatly. So if I'm all wrong with this, just say you're an idiot. When Kyler Murray takes off on that run, remember in grade school there was, and you went out for recess, there was always one kid who would run around all over the field, and if you're playing tag, you could never catch that kid. That reminds me what Kyler Murray is like. He's the little kid on the field that nobody can catch.
He's definitely that. For me, I always have the Benny Hill music running in my head.
Yes,
Benny Hill.
Yes.
Touche.
Yes, Benny Hill.
That's why he is the Eric Williams that we love.
See, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's his superpower. Is he's so athletic and he's so fast that he can kind of create those moments for you, and it's just kind of tempering that with playing efficient football in those critical moments. You know, you saw that he had that interception in the second half. They were up 27-3 at some point, and that kind of led to some other mistakes, by the Cardinals, as you guys, I'm sure, have been talking about. I think the thing that I take away from that game, though, is they still won it. Even though they had some hiccups there in the second half, they're 2-0, they're in a good position. And then I think we're really going to see kind of where they're at right now in week 3 when they go out to play the Niners.
Here's the other side of that, as Jimmy alluded to, the great run, and you just said the next play, they've got 3 points guaranteed that could make it 30-3. It's pretty much game, set, match. Would you not agree with that, Eric?
Yeah.
The next play, he rolls out and throw the damn ball away, go down with it. Even if you take a sack, it's an easy field goal. Those are the things that drive Cardinal fans nuts. A 7th-year quarterback to make that kind of a bonehead mistake when you can seal it, or as Jonathan Gannon's been preaching, close the game out. So throw it away, go down with it. Why even attempt to make that throw? That's the other side of that great run, as you were mentioned, running around the Benny Hill run, if you will. But in his 7th year, to still make those kind of mistakes is unfathomable for Eric.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's the Tiger Woods effect. I think when you're so talented like that, and you're so accustomed and used to making those kind of plays, is that you kind of fall into that trap and just feel like you can do it at any time during the game. And like you said, Manuch, you have to kind of know where you're at in the game.
Sure, yes.
You really don't need it, and just like you said, go ahead and throw it away or go down, live to play another play. I think he has it in him to play like that, and I think he's gotten better. When you watch him play. But I think kind of the competitive juices, start going in him in those moments. And that's when he makes those mistakes that, I'm sure he'd like to have back.
Okay, so here we go then with the upcoming division game against the 49ers on the road in Santa Clara. And the 49ers are going to probably play, well, I'm pretty sure they're not going to have Brock Purdy at quarterback.
I don't know yet.
I know.
He's limited at practice.
He's limited.
And guess what? Let me add to that.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, too. He's limited because it's not the Saints are playing. It's Arizona Cardinals that they're playing. Okay, continue. All right, got that
thank you, my brother.
You
okay, so Mac Jones comes in. A starting QB drafted in the first round by the New England Patriots. We all know the story. and he throws 3 touchdown passes. Did they miss anything at all having Mac in there instead of Brock?
Well, I mean, yeah, Brock's the starter for a reason. I think he's a better quarterback. That's why they paid him the money that they paid him. That said, I mean, I think we've seen in the past that, Shanahan has a quarterback-friendly system. We've seen guys like Nick Mullins and C.J. Beathard go in and have success in limited reps in that offense. And I think, with Mac Jones, a first-round talent, you're going to see something similar. I think he can be successful in the short term, and they can win games with him. It's just over a longer period, you will start to see the warts with Mac. You mentioned it. Purdy's limited, and practicing. And to me, Purdy strikes me much like another person I covered for a long period of time, Phillip Rivers. Like, he wants to be on the field. He doesn't want to miss games. And if there's any possibility that he can play, I think he's going to play. And so to me, that's a big deal that he's limited in practicing. That means that he's pushing to try to get on the field on Sunday, and will try to talk his way onto the field to play.
Eric, when you watch the 49ers, it looks like they've recaptured that juice or sense of urgency. Now, maybe because everybody's pretty much healthy, aside from Brock, and he may or may not play. But, Juwan Jennings looks like he's playing. Christian McCaffrey is full force and effect.
Yeah.
And then defensively, and the comments last year to this year sounds like that has been the key, is a sense of urgency, knowing it's one game at a time versus really striving for that Super Bowl and going and missing a lot of things during the ride.
To me, I think it's two things. I think it's, as you mentioned, McCaffrey's back. And when you have him back on offense, the offense just is different. Now you have to account for him as a defense, both as a runner and a receiver. And I just think it gives you a lot of different options if you're Shanahan, in terms of what you could run on your call sheet, when you could give the ball to that guy and get him out in space and he can make a play for you. And then I think defensively, you're seeing, the effect that Robert Saleh has on coming back as a defensive coordinator, the kind of juice that he gives that defense. They're younger on defense, so they're just having guys fly around and get to the football. And there's a lot of experience on that defense in terms of coaching, not just Saleh, but Gus Bradley is there as a defensive senior assistant, and a number of other experienced guys defensively helping them coach those guys up. And so I just think they look more like they did a couple years ago defensively. And so when you have that ability to play complementary football, when you're running around defensively making plays, and then you have McCaffrey back, I think now you're kind of seeing the old Niners teams that we grew accustomed to.
Eric Williams is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. Take me to Seattle, Sam Darnold and company. Are they, all three of us have guessed that the Rams would be the top team in the NFC West. But is Seattle showing you enough now where they are dangerous?
I think so. It's hard to win on the road in Pittsburgh. I know that defense is older, but, you still have to go out there and make the plays. I thought Darnold did a nice job in leading the team and making some plays and finding Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. And they also got Cooper Kupp involved in the offense, so I think that helps in terms of the passing game. But more importantly for Seattle, they figured out a way to get Kenneth Walker going, who to me is their most explosive player on offense. And so if they can have balance and they don't have to rely solely on Darnold to lead that team offensively, we know that they're going to be good defensively. They're definitely a team to watch if they can play like that week in and week out.
And I think we talked about that maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago before the preseason, Eric, is that the physicality from that defense has really been a determining factor, or really underscored by a lot of people around the National Football League, how physical they are on defense.
Yeah, their defensive front, I think, is top 5 in the league. With Leonard Williams as the centerpiece of that defense, in terms of his ability to move around, and then Boye Mafe coming off the edge, Uchenna's getting healthy. They have Ernest Jones leading them as a second-level player who had a lot of success with the Rams. My concern is, can they keep Devon Witherspoon healthy? He wasn't able to play last week. He's their best defensive back. It's not the Legion of Boom defensive backs that you had, years ago when Pete was there. I don't think they're as talented. And so I think they need Witherspoon to be on the field week in and week out. And at 185 pounds and the way that he plays, I think that's a concern for that defense, is keeping him healthy.
And as we talked about the Rams, you look at Matthew Stafford, steady as she goes. They're not blowing teams out, but they're just winning convincingly. And I got to say this, sir, some of the throws he's made, I don't see any issues with the back whatsoever.
I'm with you.
No, he's good, I think.
Damn good.
One hit, and then maybe he's not as good. I mean, he's 37 years old, so you do want to keep him clean. I think they have enough depth in terms of their offensive line to weather injuries throughout the year. So I think they've done a good job of building their offensive line so they can last. They have a lot of playmakers on offense. You know, you're seeing Corum kind of emerge as a guy that they can play alongside Kyron Williams to give them balance in terms of the running game. And then you're also seeing the impact of Devontae Adams on the opposite side of Puka. And now, you know, who are you going to cover in terms of those two guys on the outside? To me, in talking to a lot of those Rams players, they talked about being more physical, you know, to be able to compete with the elite teams. And so we're going to see it now with them having to play, you know, the Super Bowl defending champs, the Eagles, who ran all over them in you know, 2 matchups last year. Can they stop Saquon Barkley? You know, they made the big move of bringing Puna Ford in as their defensive tackle to help with their ability to stop the run. And then Puka also talked about just being more physical in terms of an offense perspective, being able to run through tackles and get their running game going. And so I'm interested to see if those moves they made in the offseason are going to help them in a big matchup against the Eagles this weekend.
And Eric, you also cover the AFC West. You're over there on the left coast covering the Chargers as well. It seems as though you look at what they're doing with Justin Herbert, that they've kind of taken the reins off, and he's doing more this year earlier under their Harbaugh regime. Is that by design? Because last year they were so heavily run focused. It seems like he never really got off the schneid, even though he got to the playoffs, that they got to think those things going.
Yeah, I think you're right. I was at that game in Las Vegas on Monday Night Football, and they are allowing Justin to throw it around a little bit more, but they've provided more weapons for him to throw the ball too. You know, they bring Keenan Allen back, which I think is huge, having him alongside Ladd McConkey, and then Quentin Johnson, you know, who's playing well again in this third season as a first-round pick. Obviously, they bring Hampton in, but he hasn't really got going yet in terms of their running game. And so you're seeing Justin just go back and sling it around the yard. The other thing Justin's doing is he's running. You know, he had, I think, 16 carries through the first 2 weeks for his 60-some yards. So he's a big boy, you know, 6'5", 240. So you're seeing him getting out in the open field if there's nothing available and using his feet to get, you know, first downs and keep the chains moving. So I think that's something to continue to watch, his ability to scramble and use his feet to make plays as they continue to move on. They play the Broncos this weekend here at SoFi, and that's going to be another game to watch this weekend.
It's always fun when Eric comes on the show. He's the NFC beat writer for Fox. Once again, his X handle at Eric_D_Williams. Oh, by the way, before we let you go, we'll let you feel good.
Hey, I appreciate that, and I'm changing my X handle as we speak.
You're the best, pal. Thank you so much, Eric. See you, bud.
All right, see you guys.
There you go. That's Eric Williams.
Benny Hill.
Oh, I couldn't pass it up.
God,
when he said, as soon as he said that,
my God.
that's exactly right. When he takes off and runs.
Either Benny Hill or, as we might remember, the Keystone Cops.
Oh, that too.
Way back in the day.
Yeah. Well, that's way back.
That's way back.
That's way back. Hey, tomorrow, guess where we're going to be? It's Thursday, so we're going to be at Twin Peaks in
Scottsdale.
That's right. We'll be there from 1 to 4. Draft specials all day, all night. It is the Bills and Dolphins. It is Thursday night football. Plus, it's my favorite, National Cheeseburger Day. That's it. National Cheeseburger Day tomorrow. Twin Peaks legendary burgers. We will see you in Scottsdale from 1 to 4. Coming up next on this day, also a little more football at 50. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
Looking for a place where everyone is welcome? Come to Azul Bar and Grill in Phoenix. Not your typical sports bar, Azul is the ultimate hangout spot for friends and families alike. Enjoy live music, catch your favorite games, play some fun games, and savor delicious food in a vibrant atmosphere. Visit us at 3134 West Carefree Highway in the Tremonto Plaza. Don't miss out on our daily events and specials at azulgrill.com. Azul Bar and Grill, a great time, but a better time with you.
Leaders don't wait, they innovate. The next big leap is here. Real Time's Real Intelligence, RI. It's smarter, faster, and cleaner than any AI on the planet. It makes jaw-dropping images, 4K videos, Grammy-eligible music, research, code, everything in one place. Don't get left behind. The future is already here. Try RI now for free at tryrinow.com. That's tryrinow.com from publicly traded Real-Time Media. RLTR. Try RI now.
Need to feed a crowd? Let Venencia's bring the flavor to your next event. We know you have a lot of options when feeding a large group. Ordering directly from Venencia's means you get the best service and the absolute best pricing. There's no per-person fee. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll come up with a perfect plan to ensure everyone's well-fed and happy. Grad party, office celebration, family reunion. Invite Venencia's to the table. Text catering to 411-24/7. That's catering to 411-247 or Venencia's.com.
It's a fact. Dietary fiber is essential for digestive health. But did you know there's a special type of dietary fiber that also lowers blood sugar and cholesterol levels? You heard me right. There's a special type of dietary fiber, the kind found in glucose-down drink mixes, that keeps blood sugar and cholesterol levels in a healthy, normal range. It's clinically proven, science-based nutrition, and it really works. Look into glucose-down drink mixes today. Go to myglucodown.com. That's myglucodown.com. You'll be glad you did.
Remember when things were built to last? Well, at Arizona Patio Furniture, we've been handcrafting premium outdoor furniture and custom cushions for over 15 years, right here in Phoenix, using 100% American-made materials. We build it, we sell it, we guarantee it with our exclusive 5-year plus worry-free warranty. Visit any one of our Three Valley showrooms or go to ArizonaPatioFurniture.com. Mention this ad for free delivery and setup in Maricopa County. Arizona Patio Furniture. Some things are still made like they used to be.
Who wants to hit LA? Sign up for the Twin Peaks Gridiron Getaway, powered by Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Grand prize, 2 tickets to see the Cards at the Rams January 4th at SoFi Stadium, hotel at the Westin LA, and a $500 Visa card. Runner-up scores a $500 big game tailgate at Twin Peaks for you and 9 friends. Scan to score at Twin Peaks or text Peaks to 59925 to enter. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views, and football dreams.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B want to take you back. A quick reflection on some of the more memorable moments in sports and pop culture. Now, time for your Right Toyota On This Day report. Right Toyota, right on the corner, right on the price. Right Toyota in Scottsdale.
All right, everybody, welcome back in. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B. Connor, Matt behind the glass. And we take you until 4 o'clock this afternoon. Time for a little On This Day.
We're going to go back to 1966, the head coaching debut of head coach Joe Paterno leads Penn State past Maryland 15-7 in I didn't realize he took over that early in the year. Now, going back, here we are the second week of September.
Right.
That might have been the first week of their games, or somebody got fired early on, so it's somewhat late. But I think about those early days of Joe Paterno, those mid-late 60s, and you're going, wow, this Penn State team? And to see this guy with these huge
Coke bottle glasses
on, and John Capoletti et al. Going up and down the field. Also, 1967.
Yeah.
Johnny U. Mm-hmm. Johnny Unitas, the Colts, passes for 401 yards and 2 touchdowns in a 38-31 victory over the Atlanta Falcons. Again, Johnny U to throw for 400 yards in those days.
Unbelievable.
Because you go back, if they threw 20 times in those days, let's say the Cleveland Browns, Jim Brown was running, Leroy Kelly, they might have ran 35 times. Bill Nelson or Frank Wright, who is the quarterback, might have thrown, 15, 20 times. You just didn't throw a lot. That just goes to show you the greatness of one Johnny U. And I think what he ended up at 1972 with the trivia question. Who did he end up with, Jimmy?
He ended up with
I'm asking you.
I know you're asking me.
You have no idea.
I was thinking that Joe Namath ended up in Los Angeles with the Rams.
Johnny
U ended up on the beach.
What beach?
The Los Angeles beach.
Wrong.
Oh.
San Diego Chargers.
Oh, okay.
Horrific.
Well, I was close.
Horrific year for
I
one
knew it
Johnny.
was California.
You bring up something in reference to Joe Willie going to L.A.
Yeah.
Didn't end very good for him.
No, it didn't.
And then for Johnny U did not end up very good as well, too. So, Jimmy, there you go, a little on this day.
Here's a little sidebar story. When I worked in the Baltimore, Washington area, long after Johnny Unitas had obviously retired, we played golf together at the same country club.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Johnny U?
Johnny U could smack it. I was terrible, and I'm not much better today, but he could smack it.
He got in the restaurant business, did he
did,
not? There
yeah.
for many, many years
Yep.
and little broadcasting.
Yep.
Yeah, I loved watching those guys. All right, Connor, give me a little football 50 music if you don't mind. So we alluded this a little earlier from Eric Williams, NFC West beat writer. Brock Purdy was limited at the 49ers practice, and what he had mentioned is true about Brock. He hates to miss games, and he played banged up at Iowa State.
Yep.
His first 3 years in the league before this year, he was banged up than a lot of people know, and shoulder. Not so much the toes or anything like that, but Brock has sucked it up with the chest injury, shoulder contusions, if you will. So if Brock feels he's ready to go, he's 95, 100%, he'll go. But and the main reason why he wants to come back is because when you play a divisional opponent, you can't blow that off. And I've heard a lot of people say, well, Mac Jones had a good game against New Orleans. Okay, that's New Orleans, not the Arizona Cardinals. You can't afford to say, well, how about you just rest Brock one more week? If he's healthy, they want him to play. And you just can't blow it off and go, well, Mac can play. Let's just let Brock rest. Well, you know what? Mac Jones, hasn't seen a lot of repetitions, and he hasn't seen this kind of a defense from the Cardinals or this Cardinals team to put him in that kind of harm's way. Now, if he has to go, that being Mac Jones, he's got to go. I get it. But if Brock Purdy's able to go, they will play Brock Purdy because you get these interdivisional opponents.
I agree.
You can't just blow them off, Jimmy B.
I agree 100%.
You just cannot blow those off. Speaking of quarterbacks, the Vikings have signed Desmond Ridder. J.J. McCarthy expected to miss maybe a couple 2-3 weeks due to the high ankle sprain. Looks as though Carson Wentz will be the starter, and Desmond Ridder played for Atlanta, had some backup roles the last couple years. Therein lies the experience of Carson Wentz, and then with Desmond Ridder to back him up. Again, it's experience at that backup role with a guy like Carson Wentz who backed up Pat Mahomes last year with the Chiefs that understands how to run this offense. Cincinnati Bengals, as we mentioned, my fantasy quarterback, Joe Burrow.
That's got to hurt.
Yeah, he could be out at least 3 months as he suffered the toe injury.
Wow.
It's going to require surgery. So basically what they've done, they're signing veteran quarterbacks Mike White and Sean Clifford. And Clifford to the team's practice squad. So Mike White will back up Jake Browning. Jake Browning has come in and done a good job.
Manuch, he was a really good quarterback at the University of Washington.
Sure was.
And then he got lost in the shuffle and has resurrected his career as a terrific backup in Cincinnati.
And again, Mike White has played some. I think Sean Clifford's been on a couple practice squads. So they've got some guys that have had a year or 2 years of NFL experience.
Right.
But I think Browning is going to be the guy moving forward. Justin Fields ruled out for the Buccaneers with concussion. I didn't realize it was that bad a concussion. He's still a little dizzy, they're reporting. So they'll do a lot of protocol. And how you determine whether somebody's healthy or stabilized is they have a baseline test. And how this works, folks, is that they give everybody a baseline test, concussion test, before the season starts. And if you get dinged or nicked or get concussed, they will give that to you the following day. They will give it to you for every day until you pass it. Now, there's also a physical testing that goes with that. So there's some, gymnastics, physical testing that they put you through to make sure that you can think, react, and be physical at the same time. So they're not going to put you back on that field until they put you through a litany of tests, per se.
Should have had you tested before we did the show today.
I know, Jimmy. We might have had to have Connor in the bullpen. Here's some Cards injury update. Quarterbacks Max Melton, Will Johnson, who were injured last week, are questionable. Garrett Williams now on the IR. He put on the IR before we came on the show. He's going to be out for the next 4 games. So he's out. Max Melton and Will Johnson are going to be questionable.
Okay.
They may be a game time decision. So you already have Starling Thomas out. Sean Murphy Bunting, they're out for the year.
They're out, yep.
So Melton and Johnson are going to be questionable. So Williams out for the 4 games on IR. That's 5-year starters. But as of yesterday, they were bringing some cornerbacks in for workouts. Yeah, yesterday, that's the day off for a lot of guys.
Yep.
So they're bringing some guys in. And also, I want to mention this, Joey Blount also put on the IR, and then wide receiver Simi Fehoko was promoted to the active roster to help fill the depth. Let's go, Simi.
I'd love to see him have a big game. He looked sensational during preseason. Hey, everybody, Football at 50 presented by Twin Peaks. Don't forget tomorrow, National Cheeseburger Day. What a better way to celebrate than at Twin Peaks. Get that cheeseburger seared or smashed, and you can top it off with whichever cheese you like. Pair it up with a 22-ounce Coors Light or a Miller Lite all day long. And if you're not in the beer mood, grab the cheeseburger and a tea or some soda and bundle it together all day. Just say hello to Twin Peaks tomorrow. We will be in Scottsdale from 1 until 4 tomorrow, Twin Peaks. Hour number 2 is on the way. It includes our campus quickies. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Our office computers were from like 2012.
What? They had computers then?
Yeah, I don't know much about new tech.
Apparently.
So I went to Staples and saved big on an AI-powered HP laptop and HP OfficeJet Pro printer, which also came with 3 months of free instant ink.
And we're back in this century. During Staples HP Tech Event, save up to 35% on HP printers and up to 40% on AI-powered HP PCs.
That was easy.
In-store, online, and on the app. Until 11/1, select models only.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Mom, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotion. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. Consequently, they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Dial pound 250 and say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
Mondays belong to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live from Biggs America Bar and Grill in Peoria. The guys broadcast every Monday from 1 till 4, right in P83, across from the Peoria Sports Complex at 83rd Avenue in Bell. Then stick around as they host that night's football game. Food, drinks, prizes, and a shot at cash. That's right. Each week, 20 fans get a chance to roll the dough for $10,000. $10,000. Mondays, Biggs Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Be there.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Rose is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Rose is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Rose is the way to go.
I'm Kevin Rowe from Lerner and Rowe, and we've been serving Arizonans for 20 years. Make the best choice after an accident. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports, is ESPN 620. And now, an on-air sports marketing presentation. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Now on ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD2, and streaming live at ArizonaSports.com. The guys are powered by the law offices of Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And now on your ESPN station in Phoenix, ESPN 620, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
All right, so Manuch, are we going to do the dreaded announcer jinx? Because we're not at the stadium. We're not there. So the people who are at the stadium and might be listening on Arizona Sports while they're at the game, they're not going to hear this. So I'll just drop it out. I'll be the bad guy.
You could just say there's a hell of a game going on over at Chase Field. And when Brandon fought is wheeling and dealing like, get it, no other so far this afternoon.
I don't know what the hell you just said. Can you just say he's pitching a no-hitter through five?
So I just said it a different way that there's.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't understand it. Yeah.
Other, but yeah, Brandon fought wheeling and dealing. 5 1/3, no so far. Well, I gave up the one hit. So
just happened.
Just as we were coming on, he gave up the base hit and has the one walk too. But yeah, he is wheeling and dealing. Only 71 pitches so far in this 5 and going into this sixth inning. So, just like that, he is throwing the ball very, very well.
However, the guy he's matched up against, Justin Verlander, is matching him because he's only given up a couple of hits. Diamondbacks had a chance in the last inning with runners at first and third, but they couldn't get a man across. And so right now, no score, top of the sixth, Giants with a runner at first base. And it looks like to me it's going to be a twin killing, and it is just like that. Double play.
Well, all things being said, you get that the double play is a great hero for your pitcher, right?
It is, yeah. Always.
So this team, in reference to, basically just staying resilient, just staying the task at hand, and here they are. And I got to imagine that you've won the series per se. You want to sweep the Giants just to kind of keep this wild card situation going, to get that third spot as you chase the Mets. And I think that they'd probably like him to go at least 7 innings.
I agree,
and rest that bullpen. And after 6 innings right now, he's got to come out. Is what did I just say? 73 pitches in just the 6 innings. This is one of his better outings as far as pitches are concerned. And the one thing about last night's game, you're down 4-0, come back and tie it up 5-5 going into the bottom of the 9th inning. And the one thing that you look at is this team they had 4 sacrifices in last night's game.
Right.
And those are some of the things I think Torey Lovullo understands that, hey, look, sometimes we want to slug it out. But right now, as far as, moving runners over, getting runners in scoring position, that's been very much a key. And they've been doing a good job, Jimmy. They're averaging, close to 5 runs per game, winning 5 out of the last 6, winning the last 4 games. And the one thing you look at last night's game, they left 12 runners on base, right? But they were 5 for 17. With runners in scoring position. That's key. We've bemoaned the fact this entire year that at times when they're hot, they're clutch and they're hitting. And with runners in scoring position, those are the clutch hits you need to get those runners across the plate. So they've done a good job there. And the other thing, too, when you only stop and think about, the sacrifices, and last but not least, Torey Lovullo said it last night, and we talked about this last week, at least I did, that they needed to go just the basic 4-man rotation. They're going to have tomorrow off, and they're going to have Monday off. So they're going to go to the 4-man rotation, which I mentioned last week. Stay with your guns, utilize them. Krismat will go to the bullpen, or if they need him for long relief, they could bring him in for long relief too. Or if they need an emergency starter or opener, as they call it, there's that avenue too. But you need the best of the best with 10 games to go. And I'm glad that he looked at that and said, hey, Manuch, yeah, you're right. We need to go with our 4-man rotation.
Well,
if
he listens.
Oh, absolutely. He and Mike Hazen both.
They're dialed into us.
But you think, you're going, okay, so we're chasing the Mets. And hey, Padres, do us a favor. The Mets beat the Padres. They're over in San Diego now, 8-3 last night.
No, they're in New York.
Are they in New York? Oh,
yeah.
they're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They're in New York. So you look at that game, and the Mets know they got to get on their high horse.
They got to win.
They got to get on their high horse.
Yep.
So the Padres, who are right there, they're in the wild card. That's one of those things. You hope that the Padres, and you just hope that they don't coast and just start playing a lot of guys knowing that they got 10 games to go and getting themselves ready. But the Mets will have the Padres the next 2 days, and then they take on the Nationals. Then they got the Cubs. All right.
The Cubs clinched today.
They've clinched, so they might be coasting.
Yep.
And then last but not least, you got Miami. And you got the Marlins, and we got the Padres. So if you look at the two schedules moving forward,
did you just say we got the Padres?
Oh, absolutely. I get it. You got to root for the
Dude, you're
D-backs.
not on the team. You're not on the team.
Here's the thing.
It's not we, they, us, them.
The fans have got to. I'm rooting for the D-backs. My Cardinals are out of it again. Second year back-to-back. So we're rooting, us broadcasters. We'd love to see them make the playoffs, would we not? But the bigger story,
I'd love to see them make it, but I'm the only person on this show that has any journalistic integrity.
Whatever, Jimmy. We'll take that integrity and put it where the sun doesn't shine. Yeah. We wish you had some journalistic integrity.
I do.
Here's the thing. As a broadcaster, I'd love to see these guys make it under the most improbable scenario that you can imagine.
That's
fair. And even then so. Look at this. I just meant, look at the Padres. Look at the Mets schedule. Okay, you got the Padres. Those are the next two games are their toughest games out of the next 10. You got Washington. Now the Cubs. Here's how you look at this. Everybody says, well, they're going to coast. They're going to rest. Well, you want to be hitting on all cylinders
I'm with
when
you.
you get to the playoffs.
Yes.
You're not going to coast and just call it a day or pack it in and go play 3 games and go, well, we're already in. You want to play your best baseball. You want to stay sharp. You want to have your rotation sharp. You want everybody sharp going into the last week of the season. So they'll be gamers. So we need some help from the Nationals, the Cubs, and the Marlins, where the most improbable still continues when you got tomorrow off. You got Philadelphia coming in with the best record in Major League Baseball. And then on top of that, you've got the Dodgers coming in. Why wouldn't you want the first place Dodgers coming in? And then you got the second place San Diego Padres coming in. You want the best of the best to hone your skills. The most improbable situation, you can say we earned it or they earned it, and they got it going. Can you imagine that? Think about that, Jimmy.
It's a great story if it happens.
If it happens, sure.
Yeah.
But I think that fans can go, wow. I mean, just think about it. And I think you asked me yesterday, if this happens, let's say if it does.
Okay.
Say if they make the third
All right,
spot.
I'll play your game.
Yeah, if it does. Troy Lavello, Manager of the Year?
I referenced that yesterday, Manuch. I brought that up. I can't believe I can't believe that anybody else in the National League had dealt with what Lavello has to deal with all of the injuries. Then at the trading deadline, shipping off your players, your home run hitters, and then if indeed you worm your way in to the final National League wild card spot, he gets my vote. He really does.
And on top of that, you've got guys that you picked up, off the heap, if you will, with McCann coming in.
Yeah,
and he did a hell of a job.
He's done a good job.
And then you got guys like Alexander. You brought him back up from the major leagues. It's just playing lights out. Lawler, you're waiting for him to
finally coming around.
Yeah, with the hamstring, him coming around. Gurriel's out. You got Pavin Smith's out. Aside from the guys that you traded, aside from the pitchers that are out with Tommy John. And then you got Tawa, who's at first base.
Right.
Vargas and him going back and forth. They don't have a legitimate first baseman. And thank God you got Gabby Moreno back. Gabby's the DH. And behind the plate is McCann. So you've been dealing with a lineup to mix and match. But the constants, Jimmy, the constants have been Perdomo, Marte, and Carroll have been your constants the entire year. Perdomo, he's been incredibly healthy. Corbin's been healthy. I think that Marte, for just the little gaffe about disappearing for a few days.
We remember that.
Yeah, and then he's back. And if he can get hot, he's 0 for 3 so far today. He can get back off the schneid with those 3 in that lineup. I think this Diamondback team, I really do hope they can make a run and make it interesting on the last day coming up here next week.
All right, they are beginning the top of the 7th inning, 1 out for the Giants. Once again, no score. between the Diamondbacks and the Giants. Both pitchers, Fott and Verlander, have pitched extremely well here in Getaway Day. Hey, this hour presented by Twin Peaks Gridiron Getaway. And listen, here's what we've got. We've got a chance for a lucky fan to go to SoFi Stadium on January 4th. And what are you going to watch? The Cardinals and the Rams. And we'll have tickets, hotel, travel cash. It's easy to enter. Just scan the QR code at Twin Peaks, or you can just right now, unless you're driving, text Peaks to 59925. That is PEAKS, Peaks, to 59925. There's more details about this great prize at rockandmanuch.com. All right, a quick break. When we come back, Cardinals getting ready for a road trip to San Francisco to battle the 49ers. We're going to dive into all of that. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD2, streaming live on the Arizona Sports app.
When it comes to sushi, reputation matters, and Sushi Brokers Arcadia has built theirs on being the best sushi in Arizona. From traditional rolls to bold fusion creations, like our crowd favorite, Seafood Dynamite, and the must-try sushi pizza. We've got something for everyone. Our famous happy hour is every day from 3 to 6:30 with fresh favorites like the California roll, spicy tuna roll, and the surf and turf roll, topped with seared steak. Sushi Brokers Arcadia, 44th Street in Indian School.
Remember when things were built to last? Well, at Arizona Patio Furniture, we've been handcrafting premium outdoor furniture and custom cushions for over 15 years, right here in Phoenix, using 100% American-made materials. We build it, we sell it, we guarantee it with our exclusive 5-year plus worry-free warranty. Visit any one of our Three Valley showrooms or go to ArizonaPatioFurniture.com. Mention this ad for free delivery and setup in Maricopa County. Arizona Patio Furniture. Some things are still made like they used to be. Summer is just around the corner. Is your roof ready for the monsoon season? Well, now's the perfect time to call State 48 Roofing for a free roof inspection. Don't wait until you're dealing with a leaky roof in the scorching heat. Protect your home today. Visit state48roofing.com or call 480-268-4509. Keep your roof sexy with State 48 Roofing, the #1 referred roofer in Arizona. Proudly serving the Arizona residential and commercial markets for over a decade.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Roc is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Roc is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Roc is the way to go.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Being in an auto accident is traumatic. You need to call the best law firm that has the experience to get you the best results. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Turner and Roc is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
It's time to make plans to join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B for another Dos Equis Sun Devils watch party. ASU on the road at Baylor, Saturday, September 20th at Backyard Desert Ridge. This is your ultimate tailgate, elevated bar favorites, and the game on massive LED walls. At halftime, 25 fans get a shot to roll for dough for $10,000. See you there, Sun Devil fans, all season long at Backyard Desert Ridge and Backyard Gilbert.
I'm Tony Goldwyn. As an actor and a director, I attend a lot of screenings, but there's one that's different. It's important, and it could save your life. A lung cancer screening. You know, I lost my mom to lung cancer when she was just 68 years old. That's Jennifer. Screenings help diagnose lung cancer early when it's most treatable, even curable. A quick low-dose CT scan is all it takes. Go-To for lung cancer is your go-to. Visit goto.org.
It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on their new home, ESPN 620.
Pressure in young space. He's hit. He's sacked. It's Calais Campbell who ends the game in his first game back at State Farm Stadium, wearing all red. Calais the hero, and this game finally will come to an end.
Gotta have the old man do what the young kids cannot do. You want something done? Go hire some old dog. Let him take care of it. Thank you to Arizona Sports, by the way, for the highlight of Calais Campbell and the big sack on Bryce Young, winning the game essentially against Carolina. Welcome back. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, hanging out today, ESPN 620. Manuch, quickly to the Calais Campbell sack. Mm-hmm. He wasn't supposed to be a guy who played almost every down on that defensive line.
He played about 35 plays.
He did.
He's about a third of the plays. They were out there for dang near 85 plays because of all the penalties. So you look at it was 77 plays plus the penalties, so it's 85. I think he played, I want to say 35, 36 plays. But when he was in there, he was very effective. It's interesting that last drive, they had him on the sideline to kind of rest him. And what they did is they did a stunt that a four-man front, outside guy, the defensive end. I want to say, I'm trying to think who it was on the outside defensive end. It was Birch. So Birch, he looped to the inside. Calais came from the outside and then came down the line as Young stepped up, and there he was to just engulf him. I mean, you got a fourth down. Number one, hey, Bryce Young, it's fourth down. You cannot go down with the football. I know that. I did that.
Yeah, that's why you're working with me.
That's right. Exactly right. Yeah, Chuck Knox gave me an earful. Last play of the game, 4th and 5. Danny, you can't go down with the ball.
And you're stuck working with Jimmy B the rest of your life.
But I think, to that point, this front four just can't get pressure on the opposing team. And that was not a good, it was decent offensive line for the Carolina Panthers. I think what happened is they just wore that team down.
Okay.
They started to bring it. We heard, Josh Sweat got the strip sack, at the second play of the game. Xavier Collins, who covers in the end zone for the quick score. And you went, wow, they're going to get pressure on this team. So a lot of that is just your front four. I'm not talking about the front seven.
Okay.
They've got to create a way to get more pressure. Now, what Nick Rawlis had to do last year, and they still couldn't get to the quarterback, was a lot of stunts and blitzes with your linebackers and your safeties and your corners. They made the move this year to go get Sweat, to go get Tomlinson, and have Darius Robinson in there, who virtually didn't play much last year, to put that pressure on the quarterback, and then rush 4, drop 7, or rush 3, drop 8. And they're not getting that because when you give even a Bryce Young, 2.5, 3 seconds, they're going to find people open. And I think that's the one thing that they're going to have to really focus on is how do they attack Brock Purdy or Mac Jones to get after this offense who gets the ball out quickly. If there's one thing that the Niners do, they get the ball out quick.
And the 49ers offensive line is better than Carolina.
Yeah, absolutely. They are. And you've got the weaponry. When you think about this 49er team and you think of the weaponry that they have with that offense, some of the things you stop and think about, not only with Brock. So you think of Christian McCaffrey. He's 100%. Juwan Jennings, who questionable, he's going to play.
Right.
Ricky Pearsall, his second year, he's looking really, really good. How about Kendrick Bourne joining the team late and him having a decent time? And then whether it's Farrell or Tongas at tight end to take over for George Kittle till he gets back. Ustek, he's got a little bit of a concussion. He's questionable right now. But to your point there, Jimmy, they did lose their left guard. It looks like Ben Barch is going to be out.
Yeah.
So Trent Williams, who was somewhat banged up going into that Saints game last week.
Yeah, but he is still so good.
He is. But you got Brendel at center. You got Pooney and McKivitz, solid offensive line. So if you're Jonathan Gannon and you're this defensive front, what are you going to dial up or what are you going to work on that you're going to have to make sure that you don't allow Brock or Mac Jones the time to allow all the motion, all the crossing routes, or this Niners stretching the field and having some success without putting pressure on the Niners quarterback.
All right, let me follow up with this. Is it just me? And you tell me if I'm all wet here, okay? I haven't heard Marcus Robinson's name called at all.
I haven't either.
Okay. All right. I was hoping it wasn't me, but that's why I wanted to check.
And we're going to catch up with Michael Bankston at 3:30, folks, former defensive lineman for the Cardinals and the Bengals. I want to get his thoughts. I'm not seeing much. I'm seeing a little bit of push. And even with the Sweat, I'm not seeing what I thought I would see more so out of him.
You thought he'd be a room wrecker.
You really did. You really did. So we'll catch up with Big Banks at 3:30, and then we'll get his thoughts in reference to what this front seven, I'll just say front four, or front three needs to do, because you're going into Santa Clara. And this San Francisco 49ers team is starting to feel it again. You can watch them, Jimmy, feel there's a little more sense of urgency, a little more juice than they had last year.
Okay. We don't know yet if Brock Purdy is going to play. If he doesn't, of course, it'll be Mac Jones, who did nothing except toss 3 touchdown passes against the Saints on the road this past weekend. Here's the Cardinals head coach, Jonathan Gannon, on the difference between those two QBs.
To give you an educated answer, I got to watch this last one a little bit better. It takes me a couple times to watch a game to feel that. But Mac Jones is a good football player. Not much, I would say, off my first glance of it. He can stand in there. He's a pocket passer. He makes quick decisions. He's accurate. He's more mobile than you think. I mean, this guy's a first-round draft pick. I think he was Rookie of the Year at one point, wasn't he?
Yep.
Check that. Was he? No? Mac Jones, New England? Huh? Pro Bowler maybe? He's a good football player is my point. So they're not changing much. And Kyle knows how to coach a quarterback. I know that. So he'll be ready to go if it's him.
And the one difference is that he doesn't quite have the entire playbook down. If Mac Jones has to go, Kyle Shanahan may have to scale it back a little bit.
Okay.
But the game plan they'll go with will be a lot of things that Mac Jones is comfortable with.
Okay.
Because Brock has got the playbook down first page to last page. And against this Cardinals team who beat the Niners twice last year, and the one in San Francisco, in Santa Clara, understands what he can do. But that might be the only hesitancy is Kyle Shanahan may not add as much as he'd like to if Mac Jones starts.
Here's the difference from last year to this year. Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, that would be correct.
Christian McCaffrey.
CMC.
Man, oh man. Still should have won the Heisman Trophy when he was at Stanford. He got robbed. He is healthy. He is playing lights out. He changes the entire dynamic of what the 49ers do offensively. Here is Jonathan Gannon.
Yeah, he's a game changer. We talked about that in the meeting today. Like he's a really good football player, both in the run and pass game. He's hard to tackle. He's got great vision, great acceleration. He can hit home runs. He's a matchup nightmare. He's one of the premier guys in this league, and I think offensively how they use him is very creative and cutting edge, and it can cause some problems. There's no doubt. So we got to be very aware of where he is when they deploy him different ways, who's on him, where your help is. We definitely have to have a plan for him.
The thing that's interesting is you think of Christian McCaffrey. And you look at percentages of how much he's percentage of the offense.
Oh, yeah.
He's at least a third of this Niners offense. I mean, he can catch it. He can run it. He can block. He can hit, like you said, he can hit home runs from the backfield. He can hit home runs as a receiver.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many things, and he is healthy, and you can really tell the difference. And until Ayuk gets back, and he may not be back for another month or month and a half. And the thing with Kyle Shanahan's, if we can win, sustain, figure out ways to win with Christian back in the fold until Ayuk gets back. Now, the thing is can McCaffrey touch the ball 25 to 30, 35 times a game for 17 weeks? That's yet to be seen. So I think at some point Kyle Shanahan will start to have the rotation with his running backs a little bit more so.
There are some similarities to what the Cards saw last year to this year with the 49ers. Here's Jonathan Gannon.
A little bit, but Kyle's, he's always going to change and adapt to who he's playing and what he thinks is the best way to go about it. So there'll be some things that we haven't seen on tape, even playing them for however many years now that we've been here. Plus these last 2 games, you're going to get some wrinkles.
Yeah, let me tell you what those wrinkles are. Christian McCaffrey, CMC.
I was going to say the same thing.
Your wrinkle is CMC is healthy.
Yeah.
He's back in the lineup.
Yep.
Hey, there are no new wrinkles. Now, he might have some more motions, more eye candies, we like to call it, or whatever.
Yeah.
But a healthy Christian McCaffrey opens up the playbook even more so. And as I mentioned before, just a matter of Mac Jones being on the same page with what Kyle Shanahan wants to do if he's the starting quarterback.
As soon as you said that, because if you didn't say it, I was going to blurt in and say CMC.
I wish these coaches would just say, look, here's the new wrinkle.
Yeah.
His name's Christian McCaffrey.
Come on.
He's the guy. We got to be very aware of what's going on with him.
Unbelievable. Now, that was that was coach speak at its finest, don't you think?
Sure. I mean, and Jonathan Gannon, he's like Cliff Kingsbury. They're not going to give you much. They're not going to tip their hand one way or the other. But I think sometimes I feel like asking these coach or telling these coach, look, I might have been born at night, but not last night. And I think that he's very aware of where they go from here. And I think that's the key there. CMC is your high percentage of offense.
You and I are on the same page. All right, one more with Gannon right now on the defense trying to create pressure.
I think the players are doing a good job winning some one-on-ones, rushing collectively. I always think we can put them in better spots. That's the coaching hat of me, but I think we're doing a good job with deploying our guys in the right spots.
And I thought that was true, at least in that last drive.
Okay.
I didn't see that much in the first. I will say this. In the first half, you saw some of that. In the second half, when you saw the Panthers come back in that game, you didn't see that. They were going maximum protection, and he was getting the ball off to only 3 receivers going out on the routes. So again, they've got to create havoc early, create some problems up front. I think it all starts with the running game, and I would really dial in on Christian McCaffrey and Mac Jones not being as mobile as Brock Purdy if he's the starter. I'd really try to create some pressure and get him to move off platform and try to make some throws that way.
Fair enough to me. CMC. That's all you got to. That's all you got to know. Yeah, I'm with you. Hey, tomorrow we're going to be at Twin Peaks in Scottsdale, 1 to 4 with the radio broadcast. However, Twin Peaks draft specials all day and all night. It is the Thursday night football game, the Dolphins and the Bills, plus National Cheeseburger Day. And it's always Twin Peaks legendary burgers. We will see you in Scottsdale tomorrow. Coming up, everybody, it's our campus quickies, ASU, U of A, NAU. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Here's an update right now with Connor, ESPN 620.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 update. I'm Connor Collins. The Diamondbacks are currently taking on the San Francisco Giants at Chase Field in a getaway game with Brandon Pfaadt on the mound for Arizona against Justin Verlander for the San Francisco Giants. The Diamondbacks entered today at 77-75, while the Giants came in at 75-76. Arizona's lineup features Perdomo, Marte, Carroll, and Moreno at the top, while the Giants counter with Ramos, Devers, and Adames in the heart of their order. Right now, it's 0-0 with Pfaadt still pitching 8 innings. He has 7 strikeouts and only 1 walk. We'll keep you posted as the action continues here on ESPN 620. Join us for our second watch party this Saturday at Backyard Desert Ridge as the Sun Devils head to Baylor. 4:30 game time on Fox. An incredible Dos Equis specials, plus a halftime special where 25 people will get a chance to roll the jumbo dice and win $10,000. See you at Backyards.
There's never been a better time to experience Sun Devil football.
Pressure coming. Levitt throwing for the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown by Jordan Tyson. The Levitt to Tyson connection clicks again.
Don't miss your chance to be a part of the action, tradition, and unmatched atmosphere at Mountain America Stadium this season. Get your Sun Devil football tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
All right, folks, here we go. 3rd and long, and your old underwear just got blitzed again. Sweaty, bunched up, riding high. That's a wardrobe malfunction, and you cannot coach through that. But hold everything. Chill Boys enters the game. Cool, breathable bamboo boxers, smooth as a perfectly executed 2-minute drill. I slipped on a pair and bam, total comfort in the pocket, even in the Arizona heat. I've called a lot of clutch performances in my day, and I'm calling it right now. Chill Boys is the MVP of underwear. We've all made the switch here at ESPN 620, and trust me, you should too. Head to chillboys.com, use code ESPN, and get 20% off your first order. That's chillboys.com. Folks, this is a game changer. You cannot afford to fumble.
Need to feed a crowd? Let Venencia's bring the flavor to your next event. We know you have a lot of options when feeding a large group. Ordering directly from Venencia's means you get the best service and the absolute best pricing. There's no per-person fee. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll come up with a perfect plan to ensure everyone's well-fed and happy. Grad party, office celebration, family reunion. Invite Venencia's to the table. Text catering to 411-24/7. That's catering to 411-247 or Venencias.com.
Leaders don't wait, they innovate. The next big leap is here. Real Time's Real Intelligence, RI. It's smarter, faster, and cleaner than any AI on the planet. It makes jaw-dropping images, 4K videos, Grammy-eligible music, research, code, everything in one place. Don't get left behind. The future is already here. Try RI now for free at tryrinow.com. That's tryrinow.com from publicly traded Real-Time Media. RLTR. Try RI now.
Mondays belong to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live from Biggs America Bar and Grill in Peoria. The guys broadcast every Monday from 1 till 4, right in P83, across from the Peoria Sports Complex at 83rd Avenue in Bell. Then stick around as they host that night's football game. Food, drinks, prizes, and a shot at cash. That's right. Each week, 20 fans get a chance to roll the dough for $10,000. $10,000 Mondays. Biggs Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Be there.
Time.
It's back. Sign up now for the Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B annual Pro Football Pick'em contest, powered by all 5 Twin Peaks locations. Pick the winners each week, score great prizes all season long, and earn bragging rights until next year. And don't forget, the guys are live every Thursday from 1 to 4 to kick off your football weekend at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks lodges. It's free to play and easy to join. Just head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com. Powered by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views, and your home for pro football.
Campus Quickies, your weekly quick look at the Sun Devils, Wildcats, Lumberjacks, and Lopes info, exclusively on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
Welcome in, everybody. Here we go. It's our Campus Quickies. All 3 teams winners over the weekend. Let's right now begin with ASU.
Speak of Ray Leak. He's got the handoff here, and he finds a hole. Look out. A foot race. Ray Leak Brown to the 50, 40, 30, 20. They won't catch him. Touchdown, Devils. A 75-yard burst off the left side by Ray Leak Brown. One play after Texas State had cut into the Sun Devil lead.
And thank you to the Sun Devil Network for the highlight. Brown has got some speed.
Brother was gone.
He was gone. That brings us then to Hod Rabino, Devil's Digest. Here we go. You can follow him on X at Devil's Digest. Hod, did we finally see the real Sun Devil team, or is there still more that they have to find?
Well, let's put it this way. And in terms of the running game, I think it's fair to say that after the 3 weeks, anybody who thought that this unit was going to take a severe step back because of not having Cam Scadoo anymore on the team was mistaken. I think Raleek Brown, who's somebody who I touted the entire preseason and on your show as well, as being somebody that may not replace Cam Scadoo 100%, but going to come pretty darn close to it. And when you look at the numbers, he's definitely very, very close production wise. When it comes to the passing game, guys, that's a different story. It's really been a lot of ups and downs, a lot of issues that we've seen, and really broadly also with pass protection and whatnot, not getting receivers not named Jordan Tyson involved. I'm really curious to see if that does take place this Saturday in Waco, but I have no doubt in my mind that ASU is going to continue to be run heavy because the Bears defense is the 3rd worst run defense in the Big 12, and there's no reason for ASU to steer away from the biggest strength on their offense right now.
Oh, looking at that Mississippi State game, was it about the running game 265? Was this about 235? Am I correct? I mean, is this averaging over close to 200 yards per game the first 3 games?
Yeah, I think your numbers are pretty accurate. It wasn't a bad run game against NAU by any means, but they did go back-to-back over 200 yards against Mississippi State and Texas State. So that is slowly but surely becoming really the bread and butter of the Sun Devil offense.
Hod, the defensive secondary, Mississippi State did them in. Couple deep passes for touchdowns. Okay, Texas State didn't do that. You're going to play against a Baylor Bears team with a top-flight QB, and he has receivers as well. For you, is that the biggest difficulty that the Sun Devils may have controlling the Bears' passing game?
And to add to that, they have track stars, literally track stars as their receivers as well, too, like Mississippi State did.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be quite a challenge. I mean, Sora Robertson, their quarterback, has already eclipsed 1,000 passing yards and has 10 touchdowns after 3 games. So that tells you all you need to know in terms of the firepower that ASU is going to face. I think that ASU really, and not to belabor the point over here, just to go ahead and play that keep-away ball, just to make sure that they control the clock as much as they can. And again, a stout running game will do that for you. So as long as they can keep Sora Robertson and that Bears offense off the field as much as possible, that might be the best defense possible. But there's definitely some injuries to note in the secondary. Just a couple hours ago, Ken Dillingham announced that safety Xavier Alford is going to continue to be out of the lineup, and actually is going to be out of the lineup for the next few weeks. And nickelback Montana Warren is questionable for Saturday. So there's definitely going to be some other players that do have to step up. I like what I saw from the pass rush of the Sun Devils, getting 5 sacks and 10 tackles for loss last Saturday. I know it's a much higher caliber opponent, but I think this defense is coming in with some momentum, and that's not to diminish at all the sizable challenge that they have in front of them. But I think, again, ASU's best defense just might be their offense, and just really keeping that ball away from Sora Robertson as much as they can on Saturday.
Great info as always, Hod. Enjoy. Thank you, bud.
Thank you, guys.
There you go, Hod Rabino, Devil's Digest. Don't forget, we will be at Backyards Desert Ridge for the game. It is going to be one hell of a party. It was great for that first road game with the Devils. This one against the Baylor Bears. Backyards at Desert Ridge. Be there or be square. Okay, let's go to Tucson.
Lapita fakes the toss, wants to run it to the left, picks up a nice block, turns the corner at the 10, down to the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
All right, thank you to the University of Arizona play-by-play for that call. Glenn Howell is our guest, the pre-halftime post-game show host. You can find him on X at Glenn P. Howell. I kind of thought you might get on the field and catch a pass from Fafita as well. What happened?
Hey, all I got to say is I like mine medium rare plus, Dan. Okay.
I already, yeah, but we go. So do we beat you? We beat you last year. You beat us this year. Do we have to wait for a rubber match, or should I just send you a pound of garlic bologna right now? What should I do?
Yeah. Medium rare plus.
You know,
but hey, guys, thanks a lot for having me on. Well, hey, listen, I think that we played a pretty good game against Kansas State Wildcats. I think that we still have some things to clean up, and I think that we're going to be a pretty decent team. I think some of the things that we have to clean up, we got to get a little better play from, like I've been saying, from our tackles. I got to stop saying that, and our defense is playing really well. So I'm excited about what we can do in our next game, and looking forward to a week off and having some guys heal up and get ready for Iowa State.
You know, Glenn, I think the thing that in watching that game, and yes, I did watch it painfully after I got home from doing my high school broadcast, was that the Cats can match physicality this year with size and physicality.
Oh, yes. Oh, I just telling you. I remember I said how I was liking what we did in camp, that we were really physical. It's carrying over to what we've been doing this season. We've just been very, very physical, playing on both sides of the ball.
Let me follow up, because you just referenced it's an off weekend, and then you have on the road at Iowa State, right now the top team in the Big 12. Have you talked to any of the coaches or some of the players? Would they not like to be off this weekend now that they're rolling?
That's a good point. Feel a little rhythm.
No, I think that it's good to have them to have a break here after 3 straight games. I think that some guys that are hurt. You got Trey Smith who could be back, a key guy on the defensive line. There's some Rosano is running back. He'll be back. He'll be fresh. And Maldi comes in and gets 289 yards as a replacement. So we have, this is a good thing to have for us, I think. And the coaches are excited about, having a week off. And this gives us a little more time to prepare for Iowa State, which is going to be a very tough game at Ames.
So for you being there on the sideline and watching this team intimately on practices and during the game, what's been one of the bigger surprises for you? Maybe not a surprise, but maybe a something that you really have been looking at and has come to fruition.
I think that Noah is more comfortable in this offense. I think that gives the offense a lot of confidence. Okay. When your quarterback, Dan, you know that when your quarterback's not feeling comfortable, everybody's not comfortable. Okay.
True.
That's really good. And the defense, they just love Teddy Gonzalez, man. They just love playing for that guy, and they love the situations that they're in. They're really understanding what they want to do in this defense. It's no question mark anything. Guys are running 100 miles an hour. That's what I've really noticed on the side. They're not hesitating when their call is being made. So if you're doing that, playing 100 miles an hour, good things are going to happen.
All right, we'll let you go on this one. About a minute left. Is the buzz back in Tucson about this team?
Are you selling tickets?
Yeah.
No, we got it. Just pisses me off about what happened about the tickets, man. The Cat fans got to start buying some tickets and getting in the stadium. What more do you want? I think that it's really disappointing, but we got to get better on that. But there is a buzz within the team, and that's what really counts. The team has got the buzz. The coaching staff has got the buzz. The coaching staff is really pushing these guys hard and making sure they don't get big heads, and make sure that they can play on the next game and do the same thing they've been doing the last 3 games.
Always good when we catch up with you, pal. Have a good weekend.
Bear down. I'll see you later, A1.
There's a shot right there to Manuch.
The bologna sandwich is in the mail.
I don't think he likes that. I think he's looking for that hardcore steak. Let's go to the mountain.
Bennington to throw. Zips got it complete. NAU leads with 29 seconds to go. Jason Raines holds it in.
Called by Mitch Strohman. And you got him on the show right now. You can find him on X at Mitch Strohman. Mitch, my first question is a simple one. What the hell happened? They were in control of the game. What happened at the end where they had to come back and then win?
Well, SUU, and hey guys, it's great to be with you this week again. Let's give Southern Utah University some serious credit here. They ripped off 3 straight scores in the fourth quarter to take that 49-42 lead over us. We had to get that late touchdown. And how about the riverboat gambling head coach of the Lumberjacks? I love it. Brian Wright said, hey, we're going for the win on the road. And here's a little inside baseball for you. Brian Wright told me this week, he said, you know what, Mitch, we told the team when we started that last drive that when we score the touchdown, we will go for 2, so that there would be no question in any of their minds that they're going to have to line up for 2. No celebrating the big touchdown, and getting all excited. Instead, you got to come back out to work on the next play and get a 2-point conversion because we're going for the damn win. And they did it, and we won the game.
Mitch, that's great coaching right there. I mean, that is great coaching. 14-all at half, as Jimmy alluded to, and then you outscored Southern Utah 38-35. I do my K-State math correctly. That's 73 points in the second half. That reminded me of the Big Sky Conference circa 1975 when first 1 to 55 used to win those games back in the day.
Manuch, Your K-State math? What are you using there? A Texas Instruments calculator with the sine, cosine, and trigonometry functions on it? Listen to you rolling off
Damn right, man.
numbers. No, we scored 4 touchdowns in the third quarter, Manuch. Yeah. We came out of the locker room at halftime, and the game plan was to go. Here's the other gambler in terms of Brian Wright. Came out of the locker room at halftime having to kick off to Southern Utah University, went for the onside kick to start the second half, recovered it, and then zipped the ball down the field for the first of 4 touchdowns in the third quarter. It's that kind of aggressive thinking. We're going to win this game. We're not playing here pussyfooting around with anybody. We're here to go, man. This is a trophy game, Grand Canyon Trophy. These guys are coming back to the Big Sky Conference. Let's not let them come back into the Big Sky thinking that they're ready to just dominate us when they come back next year. We're going to keep the trophy in Flagstaff and do everything we can to win the game. It was a fun game to watch. One of the most entertaining, fun games that I've called for NAU football ever.
Wow. Okay. Now, 40 seconds left. You have 40 seconds to explain to your fan base what Incarnate Word is.
The University of the Incarnate Word Cardinals, located in San Antonio,
downtown
Texas.
San Antonio.
That's it.
Yep. They are a perennial playoff team. They've been in the playoffs the last 4 straight years, got to the FCS quarterfinals last year. They're a top 20 football program. They have sent several Manuch of their quarterbacks on to the FBS ranks from their program. They love to throw the football. This is a marquee game. In fact, it's being billed, boys, as the Big Sky Conference game of the week.
Wow.
Because this is a top 20 showdown between 2 teams that are looking for playoff resume stuff here in this one on Saturday in the Sky Dome. 2:00 to kick off. It's nearly a sellout.
Were you quizzing me there? Because Cam Ward was one of those quarterbacks as a kid.
Yes.
Yeah. Were you testing me there? Is that what you were doing, Mitch? Testing me there? I'm just checking.
Not bad, Manuch.
Okay.
You're getting your calculator out again to do that K-State math. I'm proud of you.
73 points in the second half. You needed a big nap after that bad boy.
You darn right I did. And that's why I didn't drive home all the way after the game. The team bus back, but I spent the night in Cedar City to enjoy the win from Saturday night. It was a big one.
And you were totally worn out. You're out of shape, Mitch. Totally out of shape, dude. Thank you, brother.
Take care, you guys. Go Jacks.
There you go. Mitch Strohman, everybody, on NAU. All of the Campus Quickie guys presented today by All City Towing. It's Arizona's largest towing company where your career can really take off. Why? Because they are hiring. Like steady work schedules, great benefits, a 401k match. Here's all you have to do. Just go online and type in allcitytowing.com. That's allcitytowing.com and search careers. It's All City Towing, where your future is on the move. All right, a quick timeout. When we come back, it's the Bigs Big-Time Player of the Week. We'll tell you who it is in just a couple of moments. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
Crest Insurance is about more than providing coverage. It's about creating your safety net, personal, reliable, and supportive. We offer access to a national network of trusted carriers. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, we're here to help with a personal touch that's close to home. With Crest, you're not only protecting what matters most, but also helping to build stronger, more resilient communities. Crest Insurance, service you can count on.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G protein bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section, or explore amazing flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G protein bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
When hot is not an option, Stay Cool delivers. From patios to warehouses, shops to summer events, Stay Cool's Slim Cool Elite and Cool Cube mobile air coolers bring more air for less money. rust-free, USA built, backed by over 40 years of cooling expertise. Available now at Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, Tractor Supply, and Northern Tool. For more information, go to staycool-products.com. Stay Cool Products. Form, function, value. Get yours today and beat the heat.
Rock for WrightToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WrightToyota.com.
Now open in North Scottsdale, it's the Orangedale Lounge. OD's, right off Thompson Peak and Bell, next to Bash's. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Cold drafts, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club, a one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills, just great people, ice-cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at orangedalelounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
Now back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Now on ESPN 620.
Welcome back, everybody. We roll till 4 o'clock. Time now for the Biggs Big Time Player of the Week. It's all presented by Biggs American Bar and Grill. And we begin with the big time player, the Detroit Lions quarterback, Jared Goff.
4th and goal, fake to Montgomery.
Too easy.
To St. Brown, into the end zone. His 3rd touchdown today, and there he goes.
Right into the leap zone.
That's right, Jared Goff. That's right, Jared Goff playing like a big-time QB is. He's our big-time player of the week as the Lions destroyed, Matt Lazarus, the Bears, 52-21. Goff had 5 touchdown passes for 334 yards. Talk about efficiency. 23 of 28 and had 0 interceptions, 0 sacks, spread the offense out to 8 different receivers. So when you look at him this last week, and then 2 weeks ago against the Packers,
right,
he was 31 for 39, 225 yards. He had the 1 touchdown and the 1 interception, even though they lost to the Packers. So Jared Goff right now, he is playing big-time football, our Biggs big-time player of the week.
Hey, don't forget, where are we going to be on Monday? We are going to be in Peoria at Biggs. That's right. Biggs is where you can find us in Peoria. And don't forget, we have the $10,000 Roll for Dough dice toss. It's fun. Had a lot of fun there on Monday night as well. Here's where you can find us in Peoria. It's at P83 at 83rd Avenue and Bell Road. Once again, 83rd Avenue, Bell Road. It is Biggs in Peoria, and we will see you for Monday night, the Roll for Dough, and it is the Lions and the Ravens. Manuch, little random fact of the day.
The random fact of the day, the first international football match took place in 1872 between Scotland and England. We know it as soccer, ending in a 0-0 draw. However, it wasn't officially recognized by FIFA until later. That is your random fact of the day, going way back to 1872.
Well, nothing's changed.
Football was happening there as well, too.
Nothing's changed. They don't score worth a damn in soccer. It's very boring. And this is a guy who called North American Soccer League games on television. It's boring.
Get the guy. I'd have the coffee flowing if I did that.
God.
All right, Kyle, let's give me a little football at 50. A little love there. Get the music going. Well, it looks like Carson Beck and the guy you brought up earlier, Jimmy.
Yeah.
John Mateer are the new Heisman favorites. After early struggles, Beck leads the betting for all of them. He's followed by John Mateer and Oregon's Dante Moore.
He's good.
Yeah. Arch Manning has slipped in the odds after a rough start.
Who?
Yeah, Arch Manning. This is interesting because if this rule goes through, I could, folks, have some eligibility left.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. For the first time, let me just kind of back up. Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Pavia is challenging the NCAA policies that limit how junior college seasons count toward eligibility. Now, this case could reshape how eligibility clocks are handled, especially for transfers and JUCO player.
Okay, explain how you might have eligibility left.
Because I played at Mason Community College for 2 years.
Yes.
And back in those days, if you played at least a quarter, they were considered your year was used up.
Oh, okay.
So my freshman year, I think I played maybe 3 quarters, if that.
The entire season.
Okay. And then my second year, I started. So I played the whole year. So this is interesting that Pavia, who's at Vanderbilt, doing quite the nice job, if he can get a year or 2 back, I don't know how this happens, but it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this all pans out.
I would love it, Manuch, if you had a year of eligibility left. I would love to see you drag your saggy butt out on the field.
And this is, we talked about this a little bit yesterday. For the first time since 1988, an 0-2 Notre Dame team remains in the AP Top 25. Their narrow losses and strength of schedule, right, Jimmy B?
Yeah, I got you.
Seem to have kept them in it, even while they thought they'd fall off entirely. Not like the Devils, who lost a game and fell out completely. Gone. And but Notre Dame, with the teams they played, that being Miami and Texas A&M, they lose it to. They were number 24.
Yes, on the AP poll.
So that's a little bit of football. 50. Oh, bad. Just a couple things. Garrett Wilson, has put on the IR for the Cardinals. He'll be out the next 4 games. And Brock Purdy limited at practice for the San Francisco 49ers.
Manuch, I would love to see you get eligibility back.
What would I do with it?
I would go and I would get a press pass and stand on the sidelines to cheer you on until you got hit.
I'll tell you what, Jimmy, I was a former JUCO athlete too. I could run the kick step for him, but we got half the offensive right there. You could be a reccer.
I'll be running back, man. You're not going to catch me.
By the way, I'm not charging for anybody. I'm playing. That'll be my contract.
You're not going to carry the clipboard with a hat on.
That'll be my NIL contract.
Coming up in hour 3, we're going to check out the D-backs. They are still playing baseball. It has gone into overtime. And the Cardinals' defensive front 4 pass rush. Oh, it hasn't been great yet. Michael Bankston will join us. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. ESPN 620.
Keeping your engines healthy means protecting them in season and out. Experts trust Stable to do that. And third-party testing confirms it. Stable is the industry leader in preventing fuel-related issues, no matter if you use it in your car, boat, or outdoor power equipment. In season or out, at every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust. Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything from making the claim to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits, a $2,000 value, free.
Call for your fast free quote today. Call 800-292-4382. That's 800-292-4382. 800-292-4382.
Join the team at the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k employer match, health benefits, employer paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a Quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports, is ESPN 620. And now, an on-air sports marketing presentation. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Now on ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD-2, and streaming live at arizonasports.com. The guys are powered by the law offices of Lerner and Rowe. In a record need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And now on your ESPN station in Phoenix, ESPN 620, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
All right, everybody, final hour. We are still monitoring the Diamondback game. If you thought there was going to be a final, you're wrong. They are in extra innings right now. No score. Manuch, how disappointing is it where you have Brandon Pfaadt pitch a one-hitter, Justin Verlander throws a 5-hitter, neither one gives up any runs, and neither one is going to get credit for this win.
Yeah, Verlander threw a 3-hitter, Jimmy.
Oh, 3-hitter, okay.
Hits. Yeah, Brandon Pfaadt, and we had mentioned this a little bit earlier, that he was throwing the no-hitter for 5 innings, and at the time, he'd only had like 73, 74 pitches. And I'd mentioned to you, I think that they leave him in there. If he goes 7, 8, or 9, goes basically 9 innings for the one-hitter, had the 7 strikeouts, because he only threw 97 pitches.
Right.
And we had talked about how effective he was as far as throwing. And on top of that, if they could take him deep into the game, save the arms for the bullpen, and that's exactly what they did. And pretty much he did an absolutely phenomenal job in reference to making all those things happen from that particular standpoint. So here they are. They come up in the bottom of the 9th, and Marte grounds out to shortstop for 1 out. Corbin Carroll triples to right. And you got 1 out, runner at third base. Moreno gets intentionally walked. And then Alexander gets hit by a pitch. So Moreno goes to second. So you got the bases loaded, 1 out. So Del Castillo comes in from McMahon. He strikes out looking. And then Thomas grounded out to the pitcher. So you had the bases loaded with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th to no avail for this Diamondback team. And now you've got 2 outs. A runner on third base here in the bottom of the 10th for the Diamondbacks.
You know,
opportunities.
Absolutely. You got to capitalize. Beginning of the show, Manuch's favorite word was fate. Guess what? They ground out, and now we are going to the 11th inning. So where are you on your fate right now?
I think doing a hell of a job. I mean, would fate have?
Yeah.
The last 10 games, Brandon Pfaadt throwing a no-hitter for 5 or a one-hitter complete 9 innings of one-hit ball, and it's all tied up 0-0. Now, the Diamondbacks have had their opportunities, Jimmy B. They've had their opportunities to win this ball game very, very easily. And we talked about, runners left on base and runners in scoring position. Those are some of the things you take a good hard look at. So far right now, they've left 8 on base. Runners in scoring position. Here's the Achilles heel. 0 for 6.
Whoa.
And McCarthy had a chance. We talked about Thomas and Alexander, Perdomo, Del Castillo, and Moreno. So, hey, 0-0. Runner will start at second base. Now in for the Diamondbacks. I don't know if Garcia is going to come back out or not, but you talk about fate. They're hanging in there. They're
there.
Sweep
Yeah.
the Giants, but it's all about pitching and defense in this game. And, how about Verlander, 40, 41 years old.
He is incredible.
And he goes 7 innings. And just to show you how important it is for Bob Melvin, the skipper for the Giants, he's going to leave his guys out there to eat up innings. He goes 7 innings, but he threw 107 pitches.
Right.
So for a guy at 42 who's still got a good ERA, 3.75.
Yes.
And then that bullpen pretty much come in, and they've only given up 1 hit. Diamondbacks, to this point, have only given up a 1-hitter, even in going into the 10th inning on top of it. Now the 11th inning, the top of the 11th.
And we
gotta love it.
Yeah, I'm loving life because we get to watch it here while we're doing the show. We will keep you updated as the game progresses, but we have now moved to the top of the 11th inning, and there is no score in this game. John Curtis is on the mound now for the Diamondbacks.
And as we monitor this, Jimmy, you stop and look about this Diamondback team. Moving forward, they're off tomorrow, and then the Phillies will come in for a 3-game homestand. And then you're off Monday, and then you got the Dodgers coming in for a 3-game homestand. No off day. You go right to San Diego, and you play the last 3 on the road. So somewhat, murderer's row coming up.
You're not playing anybody easy.
No, you're not. You're playing 2 teams that are already going to, maybe you got 3 teams that you've got that are going to the playoffs or are pennant contenders. Every one of them are pennant contenders.
Just had a wild pitch, and the runner at second has now advanced to third, and there are no outs. Once again, Curtis on the mound. It hit off of his glove.
Ball.
That's a pass ball by the catcher.
Now let me, in fairness to the catcher, I don't know if that's who's in there right now. It looked like his mitt was to the outside. It looks like he was expecting a breaking ball.
Looked like it.
Yeah, so he just kind of left it out there, and it goes off the top of the glove. And that's really unusual to see that catcher's glove up versus it framed at the pitcher. So that's going to be a error on
pass
the catcher.
ball. Yeah. Right now, runner at third, no outs, and right now Curtis struggling on the mound. As I said, we will keep you updated. Mets are in action tonight in New York. Once again, the competition is the San Diego Padres. The Mets had lost all of those games, and now the night before they won, last night they won. Do you think maybe they have found something and they have flipped the switch?
Well, they lost 8 out of 10 before they've won the last 2 in a row.
Right.
And, their schedule is very favorable. And the one thing that they're over in San Diego right now, and
no, they're in New York.
I'm sorry, in New York, yeah, but they're playing San Diego.
Correct.
As far as the Padres. So as far as scoreboard watching is concerned, you'll know tonight that that game will be at 4:10 our time. So they got the Padres for 2 more, today and tomorrow. And then they go right at it. They'll play Washington for 3, the Cubbies for 3, and then with Miami for 3. Now, they've got the easier schedule. Now, the Nationals are competitive. Let's put it like that. And then the Cubbies, they're going to the playoffs.
They are. Yep, clinched today.
They're going to want to stay strong. They're going to want to stay sharp. And then you got the Marlins, who are bringing a lot of guys up from AAA that are going to come up. So, again, it's a race to the very end. This bad boy could go to the very end. You hope, for the Diamondbacks' sake, it goes to the end.
You haven't used fate yet so far in this segment. I'm a little surprised.
Well, I've said it's fate. If they, with all the injuries they've had,
yes,
and all the trials and tribulations that they've had, it would be fate when you stop and think about it. And I started off with the beginning of the show with the fate for a bases-loaded check swing, walk-off infield hit
last night
by Jordan Lawler. Bases loaded, 1 out, and he's looking to drive the ball deep, get a sacrifice fly. But sometimes you just hope that you haven't used all your fate bullets up with 9 more games after this one to go.
Right now, no outs. Runners at first and third, and Curtis on the mound. Once again, no outs. Runners at first and third for the Giants.
I got to say, watching this game here in the studio, this umpire's got a very inconsistent zone, and you're seeing the batters shake their head. And they're panning to Bob Melvin in San Francisco. And then there's Torey Lovello.
Base hit.
Yeah, looking at it as well, too, as the Giants get a base hit. And finally, there's a run scored. So runners up first and second, no outs. I'm interested to see if he just lets Curtis just ride this out versus bringing somebody in. Now you got runners at first and second. You got no outs. Nice base hit here. If they, play the double play ball here and just hold them to the one run.
All right. If it was me, I'm going Sparky Anderson and Captain Hook. The guy has been struggling. He's been down in the dirt. That pitch was a low fastball about knee high, and the hitter just reached out and just tapped it into center field. So if it was me, I'm yanking him.
Well, they're not going to. Kaplan, the pitching coach, is out there talking to him. You've got a meeting of the minds on the mound with runners on first and second. Double play ball would be great here, but no outs.
Yeah.
But if you're the Giants, you're going to look to butt these two guys over. You're going to butt them over. Get these guys on second and third. That's what I would do if I'm Bo Mel.
Okay.
To butt these guys over, and then you got one out and runners in scoring position at second and third. So I would highly likely, I would think, that that's what the Giants will do here.
All right. We will keep you updated as we continue to watch this game. All right. A break in the action. When we come back, we are going to dive into the Arizona Cardinals, their matchup with the 49ers. And once again, we will indeed have an update on the game downtown at Chase Field. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620, 98.7 FM, HD-2.
Looking for a place where everyone is welcome? Come to Azul Bar and Grill in Phoenix. Not your typical sports bar, Azul is the ultimate hangout spot for friends and families alike. Enjoy live music, catch your favorite games, play some fun games, and savor delicious food in a vibrant atmosphere. Visit us at 3134 West Carefree Highway in the Tremonto Plaza. Don't miss out on our daily events and specials at azulgrill.com. Azul Bar and Grill, a great time, but a better time with you.
Tired of the same old weekend routine? Then head to Putting World. Experience an elevated 18-hole golf adventure, followed by delicious eats, handcrafted cocktails, and live music at our chef-driven restaurant, Bar 19. Enjoy daily specials and happy hour deals that are sure to keep your wallet happy. Birdies, bites, and brews await. Check out this week's live music schedule at puttingworld.com or just swing on by Putting World, located in the Scottsdale Promenade. Eat it, drink it, sink it. Putting World.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Road is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Road is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Road is the way to go.
I'm Attorney Kevin Rowe. Getting rear-ended once is bad enough. Don't let the insurance company hit you again with a lowball offer. Call an experienced attorney who knows how to fight and win. Call Lerner and Rowe today. 977-1900.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Your child is sick. With those 4 words, the innocence and joy of childhood disappears. But Starlight has taught us 4 other words that make all the difference. The power of play. Happy kids heal faster. That's why Starlight Children's Foundation delivers happiness through gaming, toy deliveries, and more to hospitals across the country. Learn more at starlight.org.
Being a family member's caregiver can be rewarding and challenging. Besides taking an emotional and physical toll, it can also take a real financial toll. Find out if you're eligible to get paid for the care you provide at the AARP Foundation Paid for Care Hub. Developed with support from United Healthcare, this free online tool can help you search compensation programs and explore your options. Go to paidforcare.aarpfoundation.org to learn more.
It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on their new home, ESPN 620.
From midfield, back to throw. Murray in trouble. Gets away from a defender, steps up to run, and he's loose. Near side of the 45 of the 40, at the 35 of the 30. 25-20, and out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. Some Murray magic. Houdini in the backfield. My goodness, how did he not get sacked?
That was from the game on Sunday. Thank you to Arizona Sports when we had Williams on the NFL. Eric Williams from NFL for Fox. I brought up the grade school, and there's always one kid that's running around like a lunatic, and you're playing tag, and you can never catch him. That reminds me of Kyler Murray when he takes off on scrambles.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Also, you brought up the Benny Hill.
Yes.
So with I'm surprised Kyler had the Benny Hill music underneath all that with Dave Pasch making that call. But you're right. The things, the injury is completely behind him now.
Yes.
He moves laterally very well. He's got the speed. The only problem, though, Jimmy, is he's been a third of the rushing yards for this Arizona Cardinals team.
That is an excellent point, my brother. Yes, and that has got to change.
Yeah, it really does. They've got to get this running game off the schneid. And, you're going to get the big plays with the legs of Kyler Murray. We get that.
Mm-hmm.
But he can't be your leading rusher or second leading rusher with this offense. And, yeah, you'll roll him out. You'll bootleg him. You'll allow him to do quarterback draws and RPOs. That's part of his game. I get it. But long runs like that may be few and far between.
Mm-hmm. And
if he doesn't make that run, he gets him in field goal position. They make the field goal game, set, match. But this is what we talked about. A lot of people have talked about this. I talked about this in the offseason. The biggest thing we wanted to see out of Kyler Murray this year, your 7th year in the National Football League, to take care of the ball. Don't have the bonehead mistakes. Don't have the bonehead throws. Don't have the bonehead thought, which he did the very next play.
Yes.
He rolls out, nobody open. He's got pressure, and he can run out of bounds, go down, throw it away. He's going to get hit. He's throwing the pick. He's throwing the ball back into the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Now, couple things here. That on top of when you're rolling left and you're looking to throw the ball back to the inside and you got pressure on you, throw it away. Either throw it in the 5th row in the end zone or the 3rd row in the sideline, because that literally, and when Jonathan Gannon talks about closing out teams, that's where you close a team out. Take care of the ball, throw it away. Even if you get the sack there, Kyler Murray, you get the sack, you get the field goal, you go up. It's an easy field. It's 30-3. Guess what happened? You gave life to a team that was on life support.
They were
on life support. They go right down and score. They go down and score. You found new life. So those are the things that drive a head coach nuts when he says, we got to learn how to close. That's on me. Now, I'm sure that when he came off the sideline, that Drew Petzing, his offensive coordinator, and Jonathan Gannon had a few choice words for Kyler Murray. He said, look, bro, this is 7 years in the league. You cannot do that.
What was that again?
Yeah, hey, look, bro. Hey, look at here. Hey, knucklehead. What are you thinking? What are you doing?
Yeah.
And I think he realized that, but he's got to address that. Say, look, I got to be better in those. I've got to be smarter. I've got to be better, and I've got to take care of the ball. That's on me, and take that, because if they lose that game, there's a lot of plays. I get it, but that play right there closes the game. That's the theme for the Cardinals, learning how to close and close properly.
Manuch, I was so disgusted when I saw that play, because I'm talking to people and I'm at the refreshment stand and they're all going nuts, absolutely nuts, and rightfully so.
Well, Jimmy, I thought he went to therapy 5 years ago to get over that. I mean, his therapist is probably watching that game going, hey, Kyler, I thought we had that cured. I thought we had those mental irregularities figured out. You can't have those mental irregularities. And that's the one thing we talked about.
Yes.
Is that Kyler being more consistent physically and him being more consistent mentally with the football. So just got to be careful, Kyler, and note that, put that away. You don't have to be a hero on every play.
Why does it sound like we're just trashing this team and the team is 2-0?
Because
why are we so tough on them? Because they won 2 games to begin the regular season.
Did you see who they beat?
I
Those
saw
are
who
two
they
bad
beat.
teams.
They are bad teams.
You should have put them away.
Yes.
You should have won going away.
Agree.
And so here's the fortunate piece in these two ugly losses, that they played two bad teams, that they can figure things out, and they won, to your point.
All right.
So with all that being said.
So they won ugly.
They won ugly. You win. I get it. You win, but there was a lot of ugliness in those wins. And on top of that, we're not the only ones. Jonathan Gannon was very upset. The things that are still happening, penalties, they have 8, 9 penalties this game, 12 the first game. There's a lot of things to clean up, but here's the thing. You got 2 wins, and you still have a lot of things you can clean up on and take forward when you take on San Francisco this weekend.
All right, because you will not be able to make the mistakes that you made in the first 2 games against the 49ers. We know that. We know how good the 49ers are now that they have personnel relatively healthy. Still a coin flip on Brock Purdy if indeed he's going to be the starting quarterback or not. If not, it'll be Mac Jones. Oh, by the way, all he did was throw 3 touchdown passes. Yes, it was against New Orleans, but it was on the road. And Manuch, you've always liked Mac Jones from the standpoint of being a top backup in the NFL.
Yeah, and you got to remember, he started. I mean, he was all pro his rookie year, if I recollect, or he was up there.
Second year, I think.
Yeah, and then he was with Jacksonville last year. He's a very good quarterback. It's nice to have him as a backup quarterback in San Francisco. The latest coming out of Santa Clara is that Brock did have limited reps today.
Okay.
Mac Jones will get a lot more of the playbook. So whether Brock goes or Mac Jones goes, they're going to see a little more different heat from this Arizona Cardinals team because they're going to have to. If there's anything that this Cardinals team is going to have to do is create pressure with their front 4, not have to worry about stunts, not have to worry about blitzes. We'll catch up with Michael Bankston here, former defensive lineman for the Cardinals and Bengals, get his thoughts on what he sees needs to happen because we're not seeing enough. Now, we saw, the sack at the very end of the game by Calais Campbell. So I think those are some of the things that you look at in reference to how they're going to apply more pressure against this 49ers team.
All right, so Kyler Murray talking to the news media today. Here are some of his thoughts about the upcoming matchup with the 49ers.
Yeah, it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a fight. Obviously, both teams are 2-0. Again, a divisional opponent. We know them, they know us. We understand what's going to be. We got to go execute on Sunday.
All right, Manuch, you already referenced the fact, but I want you to do it again. Last year, the Cardinals had success against the 49ers, and not one, but both games.
Yeah, they did, and CMC was out.
He was out.
He was out. You looked at some of the injuries that they had, but they did a good job. They played very well. James Conner had a very good game.
Yes.
He seems to have good rushing games against the 49ers, and that was the key. And then when they played them the very last game of the year, it was pretty much the JV team that San Francisco had. Everybody was gone. Right. Everybody was hurt. And at that point in time, they took care of business. And it just seems that, like Carolina, over the Cardinals, some teams just have the number on certain teams. When the Cardinals go to San Fran, they seem to win those games. Yeah. And James Conner seems to be the common denominator as the keys to those wins.
All right, one more soundbite from K1. That is Kyler Murray, everybody. This one, the upcoming game at San Francisco.
Oh, it's just always, I would say it's a great vibe there. Great vibe, beautiful stadium. Fans are always electric, just playing outside. It's usually sunny. Divisional opponent, that's all you can ask for. It's a great opportunity to go out there and play on the road. Just love it.
Divisional opponent.
Yes.
Hear that?
Yeah, I heard it.
Her divisional opponent. So when you're taking on Seattle, the Rams, and San Francisco, these are in that point. You have to, if anything, split. You can't go 0-2 in your division because of the head-to-head that'll come up at the very end of the year. So, yeah, you go over to Santa Clara. I remember we'd go play the Raiders in Oakland or the 49ers at the old Candlestick.
The old Candlestick.
Still love going there. You
Yeah.
have grass. It's outside. It's usually sunny unless it's the end of the year. It's a Candlestick. It's rainy. It's drizzly, but it's not 40 degrees. But I think that, guys feel good when they play that kind of weather sun shining, and then you got a pretty damn good crowd that's very boisterous on top of it.
This segment presented by Fan Pick'em. That's right. You think you know football? Well, now's your chance to prove it. It is the 2025 Pro Football Fan Pick'em. It's all powered by Twin Peaks and their 5 Valley Lodges. Weekly prizes, big twists and turns, and a season-ending grand prize. You can play right now. Just go to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com. It is never too late to sign up. Okay, so in the baseball game, didn't I yell that they should have yanked Curtis?
You sure did, Jimmy B.
And they did not, and it cost them dearly as the San Francisco Giants now put 5 up on the board with the Diamondbacks coming to bat, and we are playing in extra innings. You got to yank that guy.
Yeah, matter of fact, I was surprised that they did not yank him because these are games you can't let slip away, and they're still, when you think about that, making those kind of hits is, you're right. They just started, a double here, bases loaded, double that pretty much got things going, and here we are in the bottom of the 11th inning, barring any kind of miracle, hopefully with a runner on second, no outs, the D-backs' fate can come into play.
I knew you were going to reference that. I let you do it. Coming up, we are going to talk a lot of Cardinal football. Former Cardinals defensive lineman Michael Bankston is going to be our guest. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620. Let's get ready now for our sports update.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 update. I'm Connor Collins. Currently, the Arizona Diamondbacks are taking on the San Francisco Giants at Chase Field in the getaway game, and they are at the bottom of the 11th. Ketel Marte is up to bat, but the score is 5-0 after Curtis had come in and gave up 5 runs. Brandon Pfaadt had a nice outing as he went 9 innings, only gave up, it looks like, the 1 hit and 7 strikes, but still not enough as San Francisco is looking to put this game away. Join us for our second watch party this Saturday at Backyards, Desert Ridge, as the Sun Devils head to Baylor. 4:30 game time on Fox, and incredible Dos Equis drink specials. Plus, at halftime, 25 people will get the chance to roll the jumbo dice and have their chance to win $10,000. Dos Equis Backyards. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's official home for all Sun Devil road games. Michael Bankston coming up next.
Mondays belong to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live from Biggs America Bar and Grill in Peoria. The guys broadcast every Monday from 1 till 4, right in P83, across from the Peoria Sports Complex at 83rd Avenue in Bell. Then stick around as they host that night's football game. Food, drinks, prizes, and a shot at cash. That's right. Each week, 20 fans get a chance to roll the dough for $10,000. $10,000 Mondays. Biggs Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Be there.
It's a fact. Dietary fiber is essential for digestive health. But did you know there's a special type of dietary fiber that also lowers blood sugar and cholesterol levels? You heard me right. There's a special type of dietary fiber, the kind found in glucose-down drink mixes, that keeps blood sugar and cholesterol levels in a healthy, normal range. It's clinically proven, science-based nutrition, and it really works. Look into glucose-down drink mixes today. Go to myglucodown.com. That's myglucodown.com. You'll be glad you did.
Now open in North Scottsdale. It's the Orangedale Lounge. ODs. Right off Thompson Peak and Bell. Next to Bash's. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Cold drafts, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club. A one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills. Just great people, ice-cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at orangedalelounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
Hey, Manuch here. As a former NFL quarterback, I've taken a few hits, but nothing worse than bad underwear. Sweaty, itchy, riding up. Now that's a daily sack nobody needs. The crew at Cho Boys sent me their boxers and boxer briefs, and I'm telling you, these are the real MVP. The bamboo pairs, game changers. Cool, soft, breathable, like calling the perfect audible for your lower half. Even out in this Arizona heat, Cho Boys keeps me comfortable and focused. I've swapped out the old gear. Now I'm Team Cho Boys, and the whole squad at ESPN 620 is too. Try one pair, you'll feel the difference. Hit up chillboys.com, use code ESPN, and get 20% off your first order. That's chillboys.com for underwear that protects the pocket and keeps you cool in crunch time.
When hot is not an option, Stay Cool delivers. From patios to warehouses, shops to summer events, Stay Cool's Slim Cool Elite and Cool Cube mobile air coolers bring more air for less money. Rust-free, USA built, backed by over 40 years of cooling expertise. Available now at Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, Tractor Supply, and Northern Tool. For more information, go to staycool-products.com. Stay Cool Products. Form, function, value. Get yours today and beat the heat.
He's a proud Sam Houston State alum who played 9 seasons in the NFL for the Bengals and Cardinals. Ranked number 62 on the Arizona Republic's top 100 all-time Cardinal players. A great follow on Twitter X at BigBank90. Michael Bankston now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
Snap to Young, blitz coming. Young in trouble, and he's sacked. The ball comes out at the 10-yard line. It's loose at the 5 and recovered at the 2 by Collins, and he rolls into the end zone for a touchdown. It was Josh Sweat, the newcomer, who knocked it out, and Zaven Collins recovers it and scores, and the Cardinals lead 6-0, 90 seconds into the game.
Well, just like that, they had the lead. Thank you to Arizona Sports for the highlight of Sunday's win over Carolina. I'm just guessing that when that happened, Michael Bankston had a big grin on his face, former defensive lineman for the Cardinals. It's on the show right now, and you can always follow him on X at BigBank90. That's BigBank90. Mike, welcome, pal. Always good to have you on, Banks. Let us begin.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Yeah, brother. Let's begin with what we didn't see. Okay, we know what Sweat did there. We know what Calais did at the end of the game. But between the Sweat strip sack and then the fumble or the sack then by Calais, we didn't get much of anything from that defensive line. Is that a fair question to begin with?
No, that's a fair question. And I was saying the same thing because you had that sack and then you also had the interception. And we had the opportunity to play the short side of the field. But then we had nothing, and then they had an opportunity to come back in the game, which is questionable because everybody thought about the cardiac Cardinals at that point because they still had the ball to come back and at least, well, actually could win the game, not tie the game. They could have won the game. But I said this before. I knew they'd be 2-0. I'm glad they're 2-0. We're getting ready for conference play against 49ers. They dissipated because Brock is not playing, Matt Jones is playing, and then you don't have Kittle as well. I hope they play dominant. I hope they play a whole game from start to finish. If you want to be that type of team, you want to go up there and be dominant, especially in your conference, you've got to play from start to finish. You got Calais. What's Calais? 87 years old?
Yeah, give or take. Yeah, he's younger than me.
Yeah, and guess what? 2 sacks. He's leading the team in sacks right now. Hats off to him. I actually text him. I said, way to play. Keep it up, balling, old man.
Yep.
Because he's an old man on the team. And he can spark the team, whatever the case may be. But when it comes down to it, they have to play a complete game. You can't be subpar, especially in the middle of the game, just like you said. After that, there was nothing going on with the defense. And you're playing against Carolina, which is a team that you should be. You have to be dominant. You have to be dominant.
And on that, Banks, I really believe that. I think that's what Jonathan Gannon's preaching. He's like, look, yes, we should win these games, but the way they're winning them does not get you ready for taking on the San Franciscos and the Seattles and the Green Bay Packers and the Colts and on and on and on, which I'm glad he is. But when you looked at that last sack, it was a stunt. Birch went to the inside, Calais looped to the outside and came down and made the sack on that 4th down. Is Nick Rawls, the defensive coordinator, going to have to start reverting back to what he did last year with some smoke and mirrors, more stunts from the backers or blitzes to get some pressure on these opposing quarterbacks?
I mean, you always want to be have those smoke and mirrors, as you indicated,
sure,
because you want to sit up there and not know where the blitz is coming from. But if you are doing it, you want to hit home because you leaving your secondary
right.
on the island at the end of the day. And right now, secondary is dissipated because Williams is out. They put him on IR. So now you just go up there mix matching right now. So hopefully at the end of the day, they bring somebody in because, if you put them on IR, you can bring somebody in for a temporary to fill that position, and they can do a good job. I agree. We talked about this before. I think you should blitz more, especially against Matt Jones. This is his third team. He's still questionable, even though he has better stats, to be quite frank, than Kyler, because Kyler only has 100-some yards passing per game. He has 200-some yards passing per game. But if you put some pressure on him, then hopefully you get those turnovers and sacks. And again, play short side of the field. You got to play short side of the field. I always say that. And then you give your team an opportunity to win the game.
So, Banks, Brock Purdy did take some reps today. So he's questionable whether he goes or not. So you got Mac Jones, who will go if he doesn't. But if Brock Purdy's healthy, he'll go. So knowing that, as Nick Ross is defensive coordinator, does the defensive game plan change much? Do you have to prepare for both of them? How would you go about with Brock Purdy questionable that could play in this game?
Well, I mean, when you got a guy that's been hurt and he's been hurt for a game or two, and you actually don't have to change your game because you're going to go up there and play your game plan as such, hoping for either one of them to play Matt Jones or Brock Purdy, and you still got to do what you need to do to win the game, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Now you hope. I'll be honest. If you want to be the best, you hope that Brock Purdy is able to play. But if he's able to play, then he's still suspect because he's questionable to be able to play that game. So you got to come after him just like you should come after Matt Jones and make him throw some balls. And you know this, Manuch, because you're a quarterback. You said it before. You're a quarterback. If I got you throwing off the back of your foot, then you're not going to get in air on that ball.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. You're not going to get in air on that ball. You're going to sit up there and give the DBs the time to get there. Even if they're slow, they still going to get there to be able to get an interception or pass it back. So that's what you got to hope for. Hope they just come after them. Just keep coming after them and play some ball. I want the Cardinals to play a complete game. New Orleans, it was questionable. Let's keep it real.
Michael
Carolina
Banks
was questionable as well. We just need them to play a complete game.
Michael Bankston's our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. Banks, I know you played defense, but I know that you looked at the running game for the Cardinals. It's like non-existent. I expected James Conner to be, having, 80 to 90 yards per contest. We haven't seen anything like that yet. Do you have any explanation? Is it the offensive line or what?
Well, I mean, let's keep it real. The offensive line had Kyler running around the ball. He had to run around because, he's short. We already know that. And he got to run outside to throw a pass. And if he throw a pass in the middle, they just batten it down. You saw that too as well. So the offensive line has to be able to protect him better. And then at the same time, if you don't have a running game, we already know you're going to be one-dimensional. We know you're going to go up there and pass the ball, either to your tight end, to your receivers. If we are not going to be able to run the ball, I know we got Trey Benson back there too as well, and he's been doing okay. And then if we were relying on Kyler Murray to make that run like he did last time, we're going to be in trouble. We're going to be in trouble at the end of the day. So hopefully they get James Conner on board, give him the ball because he's a hard runner. His mindset is that way. Just let him run the ball. I know sometimes you only get a yard or two, but just keep handing it off and keep pounding the ball, and then have your offensive lineman take some pride in running the ball. If they run the ball, they know they have an opportunity. And then your playbook is open if you're able to run the ball.
So, Banks, how important will that be when you just mentioned Williams will be on the IR, for 4 games, and Johnson and Melton are questionable? You have your other 2 starting corners are out, Starling Thomas and Sean Murphy-Bunting. They're out for the year. You've got guys that came in yesterday, and as you mentioned, trying out at cornerback for this Arizona Cardinals team. So how vitally important is it for that offense to win the third down conversions, maybe get 40, 45% to keep your defense on the field to somewhat protect who's ever at cornerback for this Arizona Cardinals team?
I mean, it means a lot because if you get the third down conversion and a high percentage, you give them the opportunity to keep the ball rolling and keep your defense off the field because that's what you want to do. And you want to also win ball games. But when you look at what we had as far as the injuries, and then you bringing people in that has no clue for the most part on what the defenses ran, and you hope they get up to par soon as, it's going to make it a little difficult. And I know they're going to expose us just like we're trying to expose them. And hopefully when you do the tug of war, when you're playing offense and defense, you just hopefully that you win most of the battles. It's going to be tough to say right now because we got all these injuries in the secondary. It's going to be tough to say right now because if they ain't guarding one-on-one, we got Will Johnson still playing. But if we're not guarding one-on-one, is somebody going to be open? And that's going to be the sad part of the game. Now, the defensive line and the linebackers, they got to get to their position, and hopefully D-line get up there and put some pressure on the quarterback and make it difficult for him to throw the ball.
Yeah, you're going to miss Garrett Williams, too. He was he's a for sure tackler, too, Banks. You look at me, he had 7 total tackles, 5 solos. But, again, we talked about this last week. Jalen Thompson and Budda Baker are your 2 out of the – basically, you've got 3 out of the 4 leading tacklers are defensive back, and the other one's a linebacker. And to that point of the running game getting to the secondary, that would have to start wearing on that secondary with all the tackles they're making after just 2 games, I would think.
Well, I mean, and then we built upon in the free agent. We already know that Josh Sweat and some other guys came through. Also, in our drafting, we drafted most of the defensive players. Out of the 7, we had 6 defensive players drafted. The next man up got to hopefully do his job at the end of the day. We got Collier also on IR,
yes,
which you can't come back for 4 games, just like Williams can't come back for 4 games. And the other guys you mentioned, they can't come back at all because they have season-ending injuries. But if you still want to win, you still got to have those guys, the next man up, to be able to play their position, play it to the best of their ability, and hopefully do their job so they can win some ball games. I know it's questionable because those guys are not the guys that you started with and the guys you didn't want in the beginning, but the guys you need right now.
30 seconds, Banks, is what I'll give you. Who you got then on Sunday?
No, I'm going for the Cardinals. I think if they can put some pressure on Matt Jones, I know, they got McCaffrey back there that's running the ball, and I know we have a struggle on stopping the run, but I think if you're making them one-dimensional, you give yourself an opportunity to play some, to be in the game. And then you're playing in San Fran, so they're going to have the point spread. You already know that. But at the end of the day, it's a conference play, NFC West. You got to go up there and do your best. I just hope, and I said this earlier, I just hope they play a complete game. Don't give that and have that lull, just like you said. since that defensive play, you ain't seen nothing until Calais made the sack. We can't have that. That's too much time in between that nobody's doing anything on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. We got to hope that the defense comes out and play hard and play tough and stop the run, rush the passer. It doesn't change, Manuch. Don't get it twisted. It doesn't change. If you rush the passer, stop the run, rush the passer, you give yourself an opportunity.
That's why we love having you on the show, because you always call out Manuch.
Why wouldn't
it's
you
great.
think? Why wouldn't you think I think that way?
Manuch, you're a quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't like you.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I don't like quarterbacks.
Well, I know you
I
don't.
love you, but I don't like you.
I know, and I know. I'm your culture. You get just about every week. They come on the show. You get some quarterback love. So it's good therapy for you to like a quarterback. Even better if you love the quarterback. But that's okay.
Well, you know what, Manuch? One thing I do love about you is that you develop a lot of young players to be in the league and give them the opportunity. And that part I do like about Manuch in his quarterback club. Give him an opportunity because he's showing them the right way to do things. So I got to give you credit on that one.
All right.
And that, I still don't like you.
Well, okay. And
I love you, Banks.
And I appreciate that. And if you keep giving me accolades like that, I guess I'm going to have to like you too, I guess, since you're a defensive lineman.
You don't have to like me because I ain't got no feelings.
That's the line
truth,
of the
man.
day.
That's
Line
the
of the
truth.
day. Thank you, Banks.
This is hard for me to say. Love you, man.
All right, you guys be blessed, man. Keep up the good work.
Thank
you guys.
Thank you, Banks. There you go. You can follow him on X, Big Bank 90, Michael Bankston at Big Bank 90. Hey, coming up, that was
real
funny.
Quick, Jimmy, I don't know of any defensive line that liked any quarterback.
No, I'm with you on
Either
that.
while they're playing and even to this day.
Yeah.
They'll put a good front up when they're retired.
Sure.
But if they could walk by you down a hallway, they'd give you a forearm shiver.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah. Pardon me. Excuse me.
I had a cramp in my arm. I just happened to deliver onto you.
As you're on your backside trying to pick yourself up. Coming up in our next segment, Lerner and Rowe. One call, that's all. We'll check in on what's on tap tonight and the State 48 Roofing. It's your call question of the day. It is State 48 Roofing. Free quote, repair, or a full install. Just go online, state48roofing.com.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
It's time to make plans to join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B for another Dos Equis Sun Devils watch party. ASU on the road at Baylor, Saturday, September 20th at Backyard Desert Ridge. This is your ultimate tailgate, elevated bar favorites, and the game on massive LED walls. At halftime, 25 fans get a shot to roll for dough for $10,000. See you there, Sun Devil fans, all season long at Backyard Desert Ridge and Backyard Gilbert. Join the team at the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k employer match, health benefits, employer paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. The insurance company's job is to pay you as little as possible. Our job is to get you every dollar you deserve. Call Lerner and Rowe today and let's make them pay. Call 977-1900.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
There's never been a better time to experience Sun Devil football.
Pressure coming. Levitt throwing for the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown by Jordan Tyson. The Levitt to Tyson connection clicks again.
Don't miss your chance to be a part of the action, tradition, and unmatched atmosphere at Mountain America Stadium this season. Get your Sun Devil football tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
It's the Lerner and Rowe one call, that's all call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's the Tiger Woods effect. I think when you're so talented like that and you're so accustomed and used to making those kind of plays, is that you kind of fall into that trap and just feel like you can do it at any time during the game. And like you said, Manuch, you have to kind of know where you're at in the game.
Sure, yes.
You really don't need it, and just like you said, go ahead and throw it away or go down, live to play another play. I think he has it in him to play like that, and I think he's gotten better. When you watch him play, but I think kind of the competitive juices start going in him in those moments, and that's when he makes those mistakes that I'm sure he'd like to have back.
That was earlier today on the show. That is Eric Williams from Fox Sports. He was our guest talking about the play that Manuch almost threw his whole body on the floor and just sucked his thumb in a fetal position when Kyler Murray threw the ball up into the air and had it picked. I still can't get it out of my head. It's just driving me nuts. That is indeed our Lerner and Rowe one call. That's all. In a wreck, need a check. Just make one call. 602-977-1900. Always at lernerandrowe.com. Then you get a free consultation. Don't forget about that as well. Lerner and Rowe, one call. That's all. 602-977-1900.
Yeah, Jimmy, before you get to what's on tap, those are some of the things I think that Kyler Murray has to be more mentally accountable for.
Okay.
Yeah, physical mistakes are going to have.
Always.
Bad throws here and there. You just want to make sure the decision you make doesn't cost you a game. And that ill-advised interception after a great run, a great scramble, Keystone Cops, Benny Hill run, whatever you want to call it.
It was great.
It was great. Phenomenal athlete. And then to come right back, you're in field goal position. You get 3 points minimum. If they don't score, they got 3 points minimum.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're up 30-3. 27-3. You roll out and you figure, I'm going to try to make a play. You got pressure on you. You barely get the ball out. You try to throw the ball down the field in the play of field inside the red zone. And versus
where was it?
Yeah, inside the red zone. Be smart with the ball. So those are some of the mental irregularities that Kyler Murray has got to get over. Quite frankly, I figured this year that he would be more accountable mentally, physically. We understand that, but you can't make those kind of mistakes. It almost cost him a game.
I'm with you.
It really did. Just, it's so hard to put points on the National Football League. When you got it for sure 3 points, either go down, throw it out of bounds, or run out of bounds, do whatever, knowing you can't make that play. You can't be a hero. Get over the hero ball mentality and just take what they get you. In that case, take the sack or throw it away.
What's on tap? Well, it is the Dodgers tonight hosting the Phillies. You can watch the game on MLB Network. If you missed last night's affair, Shohei Ohtani went 5 innings of no-hit baseball on the mound, stayed in the game, of course, as the DH. When they went to the bullpen sucked pond water, and Ohtani hit a home run for the Dodgers as well. He is now 50-50 again. Manuch, is he the best that we have ever seen.
I wouldn't say ever seen, Jimmy. There's been a lot of evers. I think
know.
by the time his career's over,
yeah,
he's the best baseball player in major leagues now.
Okay.
He's by far. He's pitching. You said through the no-hitter for 5 innings before the bullpen basically imploded.
They did.
For the Dodgers to hit another 50 home runs, back-to-back 50 years, and 50 home runs as a DH, outfielder, first baseman, and then pitcher.
Yeah.
Is truly amazing because we're in an era now. Enjoy him while you can, folks, because we probably won't see this for many, many years.
I'm with you.
Think of how long it's been since Babe Ruth played. He retired at 1935?
Right in there, yep.
It's been that long.
Yeah.
Since we've seen anybody even close to something like this. I think of the only other guy I could think of was Rick Ankiel. Started off as a pitcher for the Cardinals.
He did, yes.
Couldn't hit the broadside of a barn after his third or fourth year. Went to right field.
Yeah.
And he played a very respectable right field for the Cardinals.
And he was a good hitter.
Good hitter, ran the base as well. But nothing like Shohei Ohtani will we see in many, many, many years to come.
All right, let's get to our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day.
Yeah, let's take a good hard look at this as we talk about this one. As they are the Arizona's #1 referred roofer, serving the Valley homes and businesses for over a decade. Get your free quote today at state48roofing.com. At state48roofing.com. You can follow on hashtag #SexyRoofStatus. Just go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. As the D-back season winds down, who is your MVP for this team? Is it Geraldo Perdomo, Corbin Carroll, Ketel Marte, or is it Lourdes Gurriel? One more time. Is it Jerry Perdomo, Corbin Carroll, Ketel Marte, or Lourdes Gurriel? Again, just go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. Connor, which way are the folks leaning with 9 games to go now?
Yeah, a little bit surprising here, but the overwhelming vote in the clubhouse is 50% going Geraldo Perdomo.
Mm-hmm.
You had 33% go Ketel Marte and 17% go Corbin Carroll. No vote so far for Lourdes Gurriel Jr.
Yeah, and I think Gurriel got hot periodically.
Yeah.
But I would vote Perdomo.
I did too.
Yeah, I vote for Perdomo. I think Corbin Carroll's had a great year hitting the deep ball, long ball. But as far as the guy consistency-wise, year in and year out, I mean, it's this game in and game out this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's Perdomo. Marte, when he's hot, he's hot.
Yeah.
When he's not, he's not.
That's fair.
And that's fair. But I think that Perdomo, you look at him today, been consistent throughout, I think, the entire year.
If you missed the outcome of the getaway game today between the D-backs and the Giants, heartbreaking. If you are a Brandon Pfaadt fan, he went 9 innings, gave up only 1 hit. On the other side for the Giants, Justin Verlander went 7 innings, only gave up 3 hits. They went into extra innings with no score, and in the top of the 11th inning, the Giants put up 5. The Diamondbacks come back with 1. It is a victory for the San Francisco Giants, 5-1 today.
Hey, tomorrow we'll be at the Twin Peaks in Scottsdale. We'll catch up with the head coach of NAU, Brandon Wright. Got Charlie Regal, the assistant head coach for ASU. Also have a guest from the University of Arizona. Hoping to have the head coach from U of A join us, Rick Horo, the sports professor, and then Howard Balzer, as he does every Thursday, breaking down the Cardinals and all things National Football. Again, mañana at the Twin Peaks in Scottsdale.
Looking forward to it. Connor, Matt, great job as always, guys. We couldn't do the show without you. As my esteemed colleague just announced, Scottsdale tomorrow at Twin Peaks, 1 to 4. We will see you then. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. ESPN 620, also on the FM dial, 98.7 HD-2.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast